Perhaps one of the most interesting words in the English language today is the word fuck. Out of all the English words that begin with the letter F, fuck is the only word referred to as the F word. It's the one magical word that just by its sound can describe pain, pleasure, hate, and love. Fuck, as most words in the English language, is derived from German, the word flicken, which means to strike. In English, perhaps fuck falls into interesting grammatical categories. Today is the word as a transitive verb, for instance, out of all John fucked Shirley with the letter F. As an intransitive verb, Shirley fucks. Its meaning is not always sexual. It can be used as an adjective such as John's doing all the fucking work. As part of an adverb, Shirley talks too fucking much. As an adverb enhancing an adjective, Shirley is fucking beautiful. As the object of an adverb, Shirley is fucking beautifully. As a noun, I don't give a fuck. As part of a word, abso-fucking-lutely, or in-fucking-credible. And as almost every word in a sentence, fuck the fucking fuckers. As you may realize, there are very few words with the versatility of fuck, as in these examples describing situations such as I got fucked at the used car lot. Dismay, aw fuck it. Trouble, I guess I'm really fucked now. Aggression, don't fuck with me, buddy. Difficulty, I don't understand this fucking question. Inquiry, who the fuck was that? Dissatisfaction, I don't like what the fuck is going on here. Incompetence, he's a fuck off. Dismissal, why don't you go outside and play hide and go fuck yourself? I'm sure you can think of many more examples. With all of these multi-purpose applications, how can anyone be offended when you use this word? We say use this unique flexible word more often in your daily speech. It will identify the quality of your character immediately, so say it loudly and proudly. Fuck you.
Welcome to episode 686 WEedNerdWorld. This Smiley Gardens already hanging out. Cheers, Smiley. How you doing?
Cheers, man. Just hiding and fucking myself.
Oh shit.
It's funny.
I love that. That's always been one of my favorites. Right there. Justifying my unfortunate bad mouth and the use of fuck. It used to be that bad. I mean, I used to be that bad where it was almost fuck the fucking fuckers like every sentence. So
Sorry, that's a good opener. I like that, man. Fucking that.
Mr. Canna Trooper coming in as well.
Look at this.
What up?
Ass, dude.
What up, Canna? How you doing, bro?
Doing all right, man. I fucking fell asleep early and I just kind of woke up about 10 minutes ago.
Perfect.
How you guys doing?
Well, man. Well,
You look like you're in a new spot.
I am.
Nice.
This is temporarily the WEedNerdWorld headquarters, or at least my headquarters, anywho.
Nice. You got the swag on the mannequins in the back.
I don't know. They're rocking it
Eagles
back there.
playing with them. Everybody said they moved. They're in a different spot. Eagles over there playing with them. It's like,
That is funny. That's too funny.
If you leave to go to the bathroom, turn the screen off and come back on with like them in a different pose or something.
That would be funny. That would. You know what? That just goes to show how observant people really are, because I did move them. The first night they were over here,
Oh god!
and I moved the desk and I moved them over there. So I did really move them. That is too funny.
that's funny shit. The headless mannequins don't seem as creepy though as the ones with the fucking blank stare at you.
Right. All right. So what are you guys smoking on tonight?
Got a Jolly Rancher dab pen.
A Jolly Rancher dab pen. Sounds good. Is that a strain Jolly Rancher, or they just like mix a bunch of shit?
I think it's terpenes. Pretty sure it's just the terpenes and some full spec.
Nice. How's the new job going, man? You fucking digging holes everywhere, or what?
Yes, I am. I'm augering. I'm like hand augering different like holes and different water tables, and we're tracking like contamination plumes underneath like old dry cleaner sites and stuff like that, because like they spilled like bleach and other things in the ground and stuff. So got to go and track that and make sure it's not getting into the water table. And then some sites we're actually like remediating them, so we repair like what's going on and the damage that was done. A lot of times it's just like a bleach spill, so bleach kind of gets in the groundwater and we get it out.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, isn't it? I thought bleach kind of like, I don't know, like deconstructed or whatever over time. But that's not the word, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it can. So essentially there's several forms of bleach, and won't bore you with like the technical terms, but there's basically 4 primary types that we try to get out of the ground. And any bleach wants to be a gas. And what we end up doing is if it's in the water table or above the water table, we'll go below the water table, put an air injection system into it, pump air underneath the water table that forces it to bubble and agitate the water, and that off gases the bleach up through the ground. And essentially if it's under a building, that off gas bleach will get trapped, and I've got to drill holes into the slab and sub slab and put a bunch of like Schedule 80 piping and stuff in there and pressurize and seal it up so that it uptakes all those pipes uptake the off gas bleach, send it to a remediation like control box that we have, and it sucks it all in and it filters it out, and it measures like the temperature and pressure and everything, so we like don't blow a pipe or spray like chlorine gas at people or get it like trapped in the workspace.
Yeah, because that can mix and make lethal shit, right? Like
yeah. But if like you have like a porous slab underneath your workspace and we're doing that, it'll get trapped in the workspace and it'll kill everybody.
Yes, he laughs. Like takes a little planning, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. So right now I just took over an entire site that's like that. So I don't know. I'll probably post some pictures of it, but essentially all these remediation systems, they just look like giant irrigation systems on a facility.
Really?
Yeah, they really do. It's just a bunch of pipes.
That's cool. I don't know, man. I think it's interesting. Like who's paying to do all the study and cleanup then?
Like, it's usually the company that did it, just so that like they can there's no one wants us there.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Nobody wants to find that shit or whatever.
Yeah, no one wants to actually pay for this stuff. This is just because like, they have to, and they check themselves, and so like the government doesn't come down, because a lot of people that pay us are like government programs, but then also like these people to kind of like check themselves. Like I said, they're just like, okay, we're going to pay all this money, so we're making sure we're doing everything the right way and servicing our customers, or we're going to do this so the government doesn't jam us up. But yeah, you guys would probably shit if you saw some of the water quality meters we get to work with. You should think like a EC and pH probe is fucking ridiculous. These things are wild.
I didn't even think of the equipment you probably have.
Oh my God.
or whatever. That's cool.
Yeah, I've been playing with some pretty cool toys.
Because you measure like air quality and shit, right? So you gotta like.
Yeah, we have some really sensitive like VOC meters and water quality meters. I have to get like a peristaltic pump and pump water out of the water table and test it, all this type of stuff.
So, fuck yeah, man! I'm glad it's going good for you. Still like it,
Yeah,
right? Or are you kind of like?
I really
Made
like.
me dig
I love
6-foot
it.
holes, fuckers.
Bro, the dude, like I've already like started to design like these like powered like hand augering things, because like it's not like I can just go get like a gas powered hand auger and be like, because like I have to get samples out of this. I have to take like cord samples. It's got to be slow and methodical, because like this stuff has to be like undisturbed, because I have to take soil gas samples out of some of these corings that I take.
That's wild.
Yeah. So I've actually designed like a whole like coring hand auger one that's going to be slower. I found a Makita hand auger thing that's powered. So if it's like the electric one, it's going to be at a slower, it's not going to have as much like power to it, but it's going to have a nice torque. So it's going to go like slow and be able to push through things.
So
Yeah.
hopefully work
Sorry.
better than the Mars rover.
The what?
Hopefully work better than the Mars rover one.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Actually, speaking of rovers, they have like, so the guy who's like the director of the North American drone operations, he's like works in our little tech department, helps us like with our like iPads and like all our tech gear. I was talking to him and I was just like, yeah, I've got a underwater drone certification. He kind of stops, looks at me. He's like, we've been actually talking about doing environmental sampling with underwater drones. I was like, oh, really? Yeah, I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. We don't know any pilots. I was like, well, I'm a technician and a pilot, bro. let's work on this.
That's cool. That'd be fun as fuck. That's like a remote control submarine or some shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've done surveys for NOAA down in the Virgin Islands called Bethnic surveys. It's essentially where we like track like the coral reefs and like seagrass and kelp forests and stuff, like because they help with like preventing erosion. So you have to go through and like map all that and track like the biological surveys and stuff.
How the fuck do you find these jobs, dude?
I mean, I don't know, I went and got a botany degree when I was in college, man. And then I mean, I've just been doing shit like this like my whole adult life pretty much. Even though like I was in the army, I just went to the army so I could pay for school. And I would say the last 4 years is the only time I've never not been in school since I started like kindergarten.
Oh wow, right.
Yeah. I just, if I'm not like working to put something on my resume, I don't really feel like I'm doing anything. So I'm always trying to like be in school or have a job that adds to my resume.
Fucking awesome. Oh, yeah. Should be always trying to better ourselves.
Right? Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. But it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend anybody that can get into it. Like the whole diving thing, you gotta have money. So like I had GI Bill, I paid for that. But schooling and everything like that, I've busted my ass to put myself through school. Like no one's given me a cent other than like the army. But like I worked for that. So
Respectable.
Yep.
What are you guys up to?
Just shy of 6 foot.
Yeah. What a dick. No, but how's your fucking seed thing, man?
It's going good, man.
No, you had an event. How'd that go?
The events have been kind of, yeah, they're good. I mean, it's the foot traffic seems hard on like when it's a beautiful day out, you know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of, I was standing outside and we were like setting up, and it was an indoor event, so that was nice. So at least we had some kind of out of the wet elements or whatever. But yeah, it was just such a nice day. I'm like, man, nobody's fucking coming out, dude. It's fucking gorgeous out.
Yeah.
But there was quite a few. I was surprised, you know.
That's good.
It
How's
goes,
go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say. I mean, it's like it goes all right. You know?
You got any new breeding projects in the works?
I have a lot of them in the works actually right now. I'm about to pull down the Crippy OG line, and then
Nice.
I got a bunch of back cross boys ready to go for outdoor. So they're like in there with them now because those are just like finishing up anyway. And the boys are flipping along with the girls for the back cross that I'm gonna put outside. So I have a Gorilla Glue 4 back cross, and then Purple Punch back cross 2, the Skywalker OG back cross, and then I'm gonna kind of do some messing around with some other breeding stock stuff. So. Because
Oh, yeah.
some of them, man, like I don't know, like some of them there's one I want to make an F2 of for my own self and for my own work, but it's not like you can go and release that because the people that I got them from are making the F2, you know what I mean? So like, and releasing their F2, so I don't feel right about that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's always like when you're getting like genetics from other people, even when you're pheno hunting off of like a pack of seeds, you know, it's just like you really wish you could just like start with like your own like blank kind of thing, so you're like, oh, I want to use this because no one else is doing this, but everybody else has like the ability to do it. I mean, it's kind of like going and writing a book now. You can't create your own alphabet. You got to use the substrate that's already there and, you know, just fashion it with what's already available. You're not going to reinvent the language. You just got to build with what you got.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of, I don't know, that was some of my thoughts on the work is like I have a few of these cuts that are kind of cool. You know, and it originally started with I wanted to back cross that Skywalker OG because that's a really old cut, and it kind of struggles with like cloning and it's yeah, I don't know. So I'm hoping I can get something that'll bring some vigor back to it. So the outcross was to that Sky Cuddler Kush F3, and then I'm running that one back to the mom Skywalker. So hopefully I can have some vigorous growing version of her, basically.
Oh yeah, man. Sounds like you got some good ideas going there for where you want to go with it all. Now, when you go to like select like phenos off of your hunt and everything, before you like cross them, do you do a Punnett square?
Somewhat. I
Okay.
haven't thought out it totally, but I do kind of look because I don't want to. Like that was the idea. The Sky Color Kush F3 was like, you know, Jackson did a lot of work on that and stability in that line. So like, if I'm gonna choose a male to try to do some work with, that already had the Skywalker in it, and it was already stabilized. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
So I
Sounds
could
like you
take,
got it.
yeah, so I could take the work that Jackson did, which is you know what I mean, he's known for that. He's the breeder's breeder kind of guy, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if I'm gonna start out with somebody's stuff, like I don't know, like go to the best, I guess. Plus, he was cool with it. I talked to him about it too, and
Yeah. That's usually the big thing. You gotta talk to the people and stuff. Like that's usually the biggest thing that I see people don't do. That's good though.
I feel like though if it's you know, if I bought the pack of seeds and I got a girl from them, like, and I'm gonna use the girl in some of the crosses, I don't think that's necessarily. Seems like the boy, if you're running pollen or something, that's where more kind of that discussion should happen, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, the genetic potential all lays within the pollen, mostly because that's like the thing that decides like which way it's gonna go or not. You know, I mean, you can bring in the female. Obviously, it's gonna have different factors, but that male is gonna be the main influence.
Yeah, the male's the variable, right? Like,
Exactly.
yeah, find your bad boy.
Mm-hmm. Those bowls are the ones you got to look for. Everybody's like, "Oh, I got this keeper mom." I'm like, "Cool, bro."
I've kept I've actually kept all my boys except for the Jack Skellington one. But that was because, so my other boys will, like, I just clone them, and they get a little big, I clone them, and when they're rude, I chop the other one down or whatever. But for whatever reason, the Jack Skellington just kept throwing nuts. I don't know, that one, when the other boys are fine, you know what I mean?
Yeah, some just require more efforts on the stabilization part, and honestly, that just requires so much more time and space than most people have.
Yeah. But like, I'm happy as hell that I kept that Sky Cuddler male, because
Yeah.
like, now that I've been running out the different crosses with it, because I mean, I hit it to moms that I've run several times too, so I kind of know a lot of the traits of the mom as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, the flavor profiles coming out of them are distinctly different, and it's like, it's kind of like the perfect male, because he throws vigor and a cool plant structure to all of them. They all got a really nice open plant structure, but then it lets the flavor of the mom kind of come through in a lot of cases. So that seems to be more dominant on the mom side, anyways, the flavor. So it's kind of neat. Like, I can line up four of the different crosses, and they all look fucking the same in veg and shit.
I remember when I was still like running feminized seeds, I would just like pop like a 6 out of a 12 pack, and I would just get like, you'd be like, "Oh wow, I'm just gonna have like 6 of the same." No, all 6 of those things look different. Like, one of them was super purple, one of them was super tall, one of them was super dense, and you're just like, "God damn, I wish I could just mix them all together." But ultimately you go for the one that's got the best bag appeal, and it's like the one from most frost and color. Didn't matter if it was like the other ones are louder or not.
I will, man. I did kind of witness that, because at one of the events, this guy, I don't know how to. I'm not trying to dog on him. I mean, he was a cool guy and he was doing a great job. It's not at all like that, but like, so I don't want anybody to take it that way. But he had his display jars, right? Like, with the light on them, and he had beautiful frosty buds under there, but you couldn't smell them. You know what I'm getting at? Like, and then I just was watching, because he was like, we were like kind of across from each other, and like, yeah, I mean, everybody was taken back right away by the appearance of it, which was displaying the appearance of it, where I had mine in like a tan jar, the amber color jar, so you can't even hardly see the flower until you open it. You know what I mean? Like, because I want people to open that, and I want them to put their nose in there or whatever, and like, I don't know. That was just the different approaches, but yeah, he was definitely popular. So.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see, like, what people go for. Some people are appeal, some people are gas, some people are flavor, some people are high. And it's just kind of like, who are you gonna get? And honestly, what I'm finding more and more is that the younger crowd, they don't like gas at all. I mean, like, they cannot stand it. They want to go for that fruity and color.
Do you think it's younger crowd, or just like the experience level of the smoker?
I would say it's the younger crowd, because that's my personal experience where I am at. Okay. So I was, and this even goes back to when I was like in Florida. I had a New York sour diesel strain down there. And I mean, sour diesel's fucking good, bro. Everybody likes that shit. But we grew it, and people were complaining about that it was too stinky, it was too gassy. And they would smell the bag, and they were just like, "Oh my God, it smells like gasoline. There's something wrong with this, man." It's like, no. Try it before you knock it, and they were just like, "No, I can't do it." But the broker was like, "Bro, these guys are idiots. This is the best sour diesel I have ever seen. I want to keep this shit for my head stash. Fuck these fools. I don't want a refund." So it's just like, there's the guy who's got the experience. And then there's his clientele. He's telling me exactly what his clients are saying. He's saying these guys are fucking fools. Because me personally, I felt the same way. That stuff was fire. I was like kind of surprised, you know? And I was like, you know what, fuck this. And we ran it on the concentrate, and all those fools still ended up buying
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But it don't take long, man. Like I'm really like what I was getting at with the experience level is that I feel like some of the fruits are attractive to people that are like been cannabis curious, so to speak. You know what I mean? And now they're finally
Yes.
trying it or whatever. And those seem really attractive to a lot of them. But then like people that probably smoked back in the day, so to speak, and they're coming back to it, they might like the gas because it's reminiscent of what they were, you know what I mean, like the old school kind of flavor or whatever. But like, yeah, I just feel like as your palate progresses and experience level, you kind of trend more towards that gas. Is what, almost like a real heavy wine. It takes like a new wine drinker wants the sweet wine. They don't want the real bitter shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought you were trying to imply like the opposite of that, but that was my fault for assuming. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So I was totally going to bring up how like the older heads like more gas, and you're not wrong about. I mean, that's a pretty good point. How developed your palate is towards that type of stuff, because it's just, yeah, fruity, cool, but that only goes so long, because like terpene high is only there for so long. You're a more developed smoker, you're more average, like a frequent smoker. You're gonna need that gas for the oh god, modulation, I guess, of like the high, because it's just not going to do it the other way, man. I need like all that. I need all that to help me get my high going. That's me personally. I could be talking on my ass like normal. Sorry, Smiley.
Oh shit! I thought Ego was gonna say something. Then I started coughing.
Oh, I was paying attention there. I was reading Chad. Fucking around, Chad.
Oh, you had your screen set up that way. It looked like you were like leaning into the talk or something.
No, no, I'm back. Yeah, I got my setup back. And you said that I was that spoiled of like, when I do this, that I will just, if I have to do it from the phone, I'm like, fuck it. Fuck it. I ain't doing it. Right. Once I get the setup back, I'm practically like, yeah. I sit in front of it, all comfy. I love it. Yeah, I'm in a good place tonight.
It's good to hear, man.
Smoking some of your jelly bean.
Yeah, you like it? What do you think of it?
Well, I'll stay awake tonight, I think, versus counting Crippy last night, barely making it across the finish line. It's good though. It's good. I'm enjoying it. Very much so. Tell you even more so here in a minute once I'm smoking that shit.
I got Mac Mosa. Like, it's funny. I gotta smoke these when I'm not around my girlfriend because she's like, she don't like them. The orange, she don't like it.
So
I did get it out of her though. I said, so you wouldn't, if that was all we had, you still wouldn't smoke it. And she's like, well, I would if I had to, but if I got a choice,
I have to agree. Well, so how is Jelly Bean against the other oranges that you run? The Tangies and shit like that. I think, the Jilly's always had the better, kind of orange, or the Agent Orange has got a nice orange to it, but Jilly's got an orange flavor to it.
Yeah. The closest one I had to that is the Mac Mosa, and they are different. You can smoke them side by side. There's a slight difference to them, but the Mac Mosa I describe as like the orange creamsicle pops or whatever, the one that were like orange on the outside and white or cream in the middle or whatever. Remember them?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tastes, so it's like not a real super strong, overpowering kind of orange. It's more like a subtle kind of sweet, creamy orange. I guess. But to me, and I don't want to say it because you're about to smoke it, and I want to get your opinion. I'm gonna say what a jelly bean, and you're gonna be like, yeah, that is it. But the jelly bean to me is a little different.
I like the what was it? The punch. That was pretty good. You sent out some kind of punch. I'll have the container ready. That was pretty. It might have been the sky punch.
Yeah, that's one. The purple punch by the Sky Cuddler Kush.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
It did come out pretty good. That's why I don't know. I'm pretty confident that you're gonna find a keeper in a lot of those packs, and that's what I'm happy about.
I came off of it.
And like that Crippy OG is from 808 Genetics, and Supakuai, I think might be his name on Instagram or whatever, something along that line. But he's like a second generation breeder, and basically his story on the Crippy is that his dad is the guy that originally kind of bred it or whatever and got it into Florida. So somehow he has a story to the connection to the legend of the Florida. And then he actually is doing line work similar to like what I'm planning on doing. So like he did an outcross with it, and then brought it back crossed it. I think he's up to like 5, and he calls it Kryptonite. And anyway, the Crippy OG was like the BX3 of that, so it's kind of been inbred a little bit in there, or however you'd say that.
Did I tell you I was going to New York? At this point, I'm really planning to go to New York.
You're like moving to New York?
No, I'm going to New York for I've been asked to cover the organic cup
Hell yeah.
in New York. So I think I'm gonna jump on that shit. So
I'm excited to hear that, man. That's cool.
So it's like for the whole state, or it's like what kind of cup?
I think it's for anybody that wants to enter in the New York area. I don't think it's necessarily a New York thing, but yeah.
Yeah, they got one in Michigan too. There's New York, and when is it? This month?
No, New York's the 24th, and the one here in Michigan will be November 11th.
November, okay. That'd be rough weather for an outdoor one.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'll go to that New York one, but it's too short a notice. I'll probably be in Mississippi on this work site.
That's sick, man.
Hell yeah! Congratulations, Eagle.
We got to get your ass out to the Emerald Cup too, fucker. You got a backstage pass there too.
I know. I'm telling you, this year I think I'm gonna do a little traveling.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe put the garden on a little bit of back burner and just kind of do some of that traveling I've been talking about. So, and I've had a lot of invitations, so I'm definitely fucking taking things as more seriously. Some of these invitations more seriously. But when I got the invitation for New York, I was like, "Yep." I didn't even have to hesitate. Yep, make that work somehow. I can swing that.
You gonna be in
3-day event?
I think it's just a 1-day event.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Good enough for me, though.
You gonna be in Vegas in November?
What's in Vegas?
Yeah, right.
MJ BizCon.
Oh. Cover BizCons. I don't know about that one.
Maybe. No, so that's a pretty big event for business, cannabis business,
Yeah.
for sure.
There are definitely distinctions between those events too, where like some of them,
Oh
like,
yeah.
they got the fucking security systems and like the whole people are there. That's like a whole different event, you know what I mean?
They're like the business and the cups and like the whole like the smoke scene and stuff completely different, bro. I go to both of those things and I'm just like, all right. Gonna wear my button up, my slacks, and take my business cards to one, and the other one I'm just gonna throw flip flops on and make sure I got weed in every pocket.
Yeah, those are the events where you can't smoke in them and shit like that.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of chads. I mean, as long as you can like network and do that, I mean, it's a good place to go to. I mean, there's a lot of information, like way more information than you could ever imagine at these things.
That's dope though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Travel. Sure, there's something in Oklahoma. Probably some shit in Colorado you could find.
I'm stoked, man, because that was the intent, a month ago. I was supposed to go cover the Country Roots event, it's kind of kick off the season. Things went a little sideways there for a minute, but tuck and roll, take off and run again, right? I ain't letting the dream die that easy for sure. Fuck yeah.
Honestly, man, if you could swing it, like I don't know, like I was saying earlier, like you're never gonna. When are you ever in that spot, right? Like you're not. You got your grow all tore down anyway, and so.
It's perfect timing. Cheers, green fingers, and Johnny Can't See. How you guys doing?
Where's buddhaboy? Where's that? Where's
buddhaboy.
Where is that? Come on, buddhaboy, get in here.
Yeah, jump on. Let's nag him on.
Come on, bro.
Come on, brother. Never
You
seen
guys
me
are calling him like a dog. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Just nag him on now. It'll work.
I'm sure an invitation would have been fine.
No, just nagging people on works better.
Okay.
I've seen him in 2 chats already today, so I expect to see him on here today.
Yeah.
I love that guy's energy.
Buddhaboy rocks.
There's Canna Trooper.
Man, that was some good stories there, brother. I'm telling you what, man, you got some shit going on. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into the thick of shit. You're gonna be a submersible robotic driver.
Yeah, no, I've done that before. It's just like I have the certification, it doesn't expire, and I've got like my logbook. And like I said, I ran into the director of drone operations for all of North America. He like works in the same office as me, and I was just sitting there shooting the shit with him. And I was like, well, it so happens. And today I went back and found him and followed up with it and brought my certification in and showed it to him. He was just like, all right, let's put together a proposal, because right now we outsource all this work to other people that have this. We could do this in-house. Oh yeah.
What are they thinking about? What are they thinking about doing? Are they gonna bring you on full time, or?
Oh yeah, I'm full time. I'm salary. I'm an engineer, so like they gotta pay me. But I'm not gonna do that work for free.
Means the angle from his nuts a little tighter. That's all.
Yeah.
A little job security. That's it. Yeah.
Yep, that's all I'm saying. I literally have like a chat like with somebody. I was like, "Can you say job security?"
That's security right there.
That's dope.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen? Like they got cameras, right? You're seeing what you're driving. What's the craziest thing you've seen under there? Like
Mermaid?
Loch Ness
Personally,
monsters or some shit?
no. I mean, honestly, you always like see shadows and stuff in the distance, and your eyes will play like tricks on you and like what it could be, you know. But the craziest was when I was actually like burning some like metal that got wrapped around like the support structure for an oil rig, and they like sent me down, and like I cannot remember the name of the fish. They've got like the beak, the flat forehead, and it kind of like rounds off the side, and they're fucking huge. I cannot remember the name of this thing. Yeah, I want to say it's that. I always want to say it's that, but I feel like I'm messed up when I say it. But bro, they fucking
Not a
I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know fish, man. But what?
I said groupers are huge fish with huge mouths.
Yeah, those look like a largemouth bass, so they're not really...
Yeah, but they got like a beak. It's like a hard fucking beak thing. Because they were like backing up and swimming at me and hit me with that flat forehead and that beak. Because like, okay, first they got curious because I was using like a Broco rod. It's like really bright. It's 10,000 degrees and it burns underwater. So you're cutting straight through metal with this thing. And mind you, I got my diving helmet on. It's got like lights and everything. So they're trapped in all this stuff too. But I got a camera and everybody up top can see exactly what's happening. And so I'm sitting here and you got like fish getting in front of me and everything. They're fucking with me. You just see me like hitting them out of the way, move. And all of a sudden you just see me go, dude, just like get hit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then like you just see a fish come straight at me. And you see me take like the Broco rod while it's on fire and like swing it at these things. and then the Broco rod goes out. And then I grab my dive knife and I'm going at him. And I'm sitting there like, can you guys pull me up, or are you just going to sit there and watch me? And I hear nothing but laughter come on over the thing. Like, yeah, bro, we got you.
So you're in that thing. It's not like remote. You're like in it, right?
Well, this is when I was diving for the remote operated vehicle. This is a situation where I'm like, listen, this is like, I wish I could do this with an ROV, but there are just some things you cannot do with just a drone. You got to go down there and you have to put a person in it. But I wish I could have gone down there and done an inspection and been like, there's just too much marine life in the area for me to go down. Because that's usually what happens. It didn't happen this time. But no, they fucked me up pretty good. I ended up pissing blood. So
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. it was a school of them. It wasn't just one or two. It was a whole school of them. That's why I was like fucking freaking out.
That's insane.
That's fucking wild, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my most wild one. That's like the most wild thing I've seen. Other than like underwater like mountains and stuff. Like there's like natural stuff that's super cool that you see. And honestly, like swimming next to like sharks and alligators is super fucking cool. Like someone tells me like, hey, we saw a fin, hey, we saw a tail, just take a break, just chill, just lay on the bottom. You know, you just go like this, you chill, and you're looking up at the water and you can see the light and you're like, wow, it's like really relaxing, to be honest. And then all of a sudden you just see a shadow come over and you're like, oh shit, that's what they were talking about.
I'm with you. I don't like that idea at all. I'm not.
They don't as long as you're on the bottom like that. You'd be.
Yeah, dude, you're just chill. I mean, you're just down there. You're just part of the environment at that point. You know, I mean, unless you're sitting there, oh my god, they'll sense that shit. Just go to your happy place.
Huh. Fucking A, man.
My happy place is on land.
Right, exactly.
Fucking way up on a mountain, maybe. I got a very cheap if I have to be. I don't care. Just way away from the water. You've got things that can eat me. Right. You're way more of a man than I am. Fuck that shit.
Oh, yeah.
You don't like those?
And he jumps out of airplanes like what? Like, fuck that.
Right? You do all that crazy shit. What the fuck?
Did you see that video of the dude that got tangled up, Canna Trooper? It was going around.
Yeah, I posted that. That's so. The guy's a paraglider guy, and he's like going around. Okay, so I do not like to do the spins. Like, so how do I explain this? You need to have the front of your body parallel to the deck when you're going to go do spins. So you're going down. You never do them at an angle or straight on, because you'll do that. You'll flop over into your lines because you're too heavy and you'll just fly. You'll just fall into your parachute. You'll just kill all the air that your parachute has in it. And it's stupid because if you actually know your airframe, you know how the cells work on that thing. These guys are going up there and they don't have a full understanding of their air wing, and they're trying to do all these fucking tricks and stuff. But that's why you have reserve shoots. That guy was just lucky that where he fell was not like where that happened, that mountain that those guys were recording, or that hill. He didn't hit that hill. He still had time to fall. He was in the valley.
Yeah.
If he didn't have that little valley, that reserve wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
Looked like he hit pretty hard still, though, you know.
Oh yeah. Anytime you use reserve shoot, you hit like a sack of shit. That thing's just to preserve life, not to preserve your body.
Yeah. They were showing his shoot afterward. That thing was like twisted up like you couldn't believe it. Like, holy shit. He was all trying to get it untangled. I was like, fuck, man.
No, the thing you do in that situation is you cut away so you don't get tangled like that. Again, he is not an experienced parachutist.
That's why he's in trouble.
He needs more training.
I was thankful to have the guy that I was strapped to when I went parachuting because he knew what he was doing and I did not. I was thankful that I was strapped to the dude that knew what he was doing. So.
Yeah, I mean, I could sit there and be like, what not to do videos all day on Instagram, but I'm just like, it's still cool. I like to promote the sport.
Yeah. He did do the like spin for a second, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good on that, man. Like, this is chill.
I love doing that to newbies and stuff.
Yeah. My one question is, do you ever get used to the parachute straps? Like that, my fucking leg was going numb, dude, like on the way down and shit. Those things are like...
You want that. Joe, if that's just loose, you're gonna fall through that thing. You want to not feel your fucking nuts when they get wrapped every time that thing opens.
Yeah, you definitely want them in the right position. You do not want nothing underneath that.
There's a technique to creating a pocket there, so you have room for all the kibbles and bits.
Figure that shit out real quick, I guess.
Yes, you do. I remember they showed it to me in airborne school, and the military presenters are hilarious with it.
Yeah, it took me about half the ride down to realize I was white knuckling the fuck out of the harness, dude. I just like, and then I let go, and my knuckles were like sore. But yeah, it took me a minute to realize, like, oh, I don't gotta hold on. I'm like just chilling here, you know.
Yeah, just your whole like center weight is taken care of, and you can just chill, you know. I mean, once you're like, all right, that's kind of uncomfortable, whatever. But you just like, you got the view, and you're like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely a rush.
Yeah.
You're still, that's all right. You're gonna take Eagle too still.
Yeah, I've been like, bro, like
Eagle's got a hell of a summer coming up here.
Bro, this whole last 2 years has been a fucking wild ride for me. Like, honestly, trying to make like all this stuff work, and now I'm gonna be probably going back to school, to be honest.
I fucking heard you talk about diving. I'll follow you out of a plane, but I ain't following you under that water.
No, you don't want to go spear fishing?
No,
that's actually something I want to do next summer, is go spear fishing.
I'm good underwater.
I used to like when I was in dive school, like on the weekends to get some extra money, like we've got a scuba class, and I would go with the scuba instructor and help him take a class down to this old tugboat off the coast of Myrtle Beach. And we take them down there, and I just remember, sometimes we get some spearfishers, but I remember there's this father and son. The son's like 14 years old, and he's going down to like 50 feet, and he's going down with his dad spearfishing. And I was like, bro, that would have been so fucking cool if my dad fucking took me spearfishing when I was in high school. Like, fuck hunting. We're going to go in the ocean and go hunting.
It does sound fun.
Yeah. Like, that's like one of those times, like, you could see like in the distance, you could see the shadow, like just out of sight and stuff like that. Because they were spearfishing, they were putting blood in the water, so stuff was starting to smell that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. The bigger stuff starts coming in. But what kind of fish do you spear for or whatever, or just whatever?
I like I said, I'm not that good at identifying the marine life, like different types of fish and stuff. I'm more kind of like look out for like urchins and coral and barnacles. So those are the things, my biggest threat, immediate threat when I dive. But I mean, honestly, they were just going for anything that they could kind of find that wasn't a predator, you know? Because I mean, there's some eels and stuff around where we were at, so I mean, they could have gone for those, but they were going for the fish.
It'd be wild if they fought, like you got him, like you know what I mean? You spear him in a spot where you can still swim or whatever, and fucking totally.
Oh no, they swim away, brother. They swim away. They got a line attached to that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So
they
they, yeah.
pull you through the water and shit, or what?
The kid, I could see that because his dad was behind him, and I didn't even think about it until you just said it. Like he was behind him, and he had his hands on his shoulders, like when they were standing on the ground. So probably why.
Didn't want his kid to get taken away, right? Yeah. Oh
Well,
shit!
there's a
No.
release. There's a release tag for the whole like reel thing. It can come off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like that thing can get tangled up pretty easily.
Isn't there a float on one end too? So like if it does get away, you just go up to the surface and pull the rope, you know?
No, they don't have a rope attached to that. They were free diving. We were all free diving.
Yeah, free diving. Yeah, that's even. Yeah.
Yeah, we basically me and another diver would go down after we got our GPS lock when we know we're like above it, and we take like 45 minutes to do this. We do a bounce dive, and we go down to the bottom, and we tie off the guideline down to the vessel, to the wheelhouse of the vessel that's on the floor, and everybody kind of follows that down. They do their stops as they go down. We have the rope marked so they know where to stop and everything.
See, that kind of shit I would do like underwater. Only thing underwater, but that kind of shit.
They tanks or they just going down, just scoping air and going down.
No, we've all got tanks on. Usually like when I do commercial diving, that's like a surface supplied air thing. I'll have like an emergency tank on my back, but we've got like a huge like cable that comes out of the water, and we've got somebody else like on the surface that's holding it, that we do like little pulls on the cable with them so that they communicate it, because they don't keep it taut, but they keep a strain on it so that it doesn't get tangled up on things.
Makes sense.
Yeah. They don't have that type of thing when they go out and they do the free diving. All they are just on independent tanks. So everybody's got to monitor their own air. That's on them. Everybody signs a waiver, all that type of stuff. But you can generally see if someone's in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the one guy the anime artist that just found scuba diving dead out there by himself? The one who made Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever. I don't even know. Yu-Gi-Oh.
What happened to him?
They just found him scuba diving dead, like just dead by himself out there floating around.
That's why you always have a dive buddy. You never go diving by yourself.
Yeah, he's like only 56 or 60, like around there, like years old, pretty young for such a big.
I'll say it like this: like I'm a highly experienced diver, and I will go do like what's known as husbandry underneath like a huge like shipping vessel, oil tanker, and I will lose my way under that vessel. Sometimes when I'm coming up from a really deep dive, and if there's a current and I get twisted around, I'll start going, and I'll look at my depth, and I'll realize I'm going deeper instead of going back up. You can completely lose which way is up and down underwater and which way you need to go. It's so easy to get lost.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ocean's crazy thing. I've lost 2 people from my graduating class, and mind you, there's only 7 of us. So
I seen a thing a few weeks back or whatever. There was like a guy that survived. Like he came up from too deep, and he came up too fast, and he got there. But normally it kills you. He survived or whatever, but it's like all his skin's like all bloated up. Like with like
Yeah.
elephantitis or some shit.
He got the bends. Basically, he needs to live in a hyperbaric chamber every other day for the rest of his life to get relief from that in any way. So essentially what happens, you have a buildup of nitrogen in your blood and in your system and your skin and all that type of stuff. And what that ends up doing is it makes it so that you want to like cleave over and bend over because it hurts. Well, people that were building the Brooklyn Bridge were the first ones to kind of like noticeably have this condition. And a reporter said, oh, they keep being bent over when they do it. And that's how the name the bends came around. And because they just bent over coming out of work all the time, like hurting. Now we know what it is. It's a pressure injury. Like I said, it's the nitrogen building up your system, and there's ways to do that. By returning somebody to pressure, they can equalize and balance an off gas. So it sucks. I've been bent before.
Wow.
It's just like a rash and everything, but I've seen somebody with like the skin bend, like in their skin. They have something called Rice Krispie, and you can literally go like this and hear like the Rice Krispie snap, crackle, pop.
Up underneath their skin, you mean?
It's the nitrogen bubbles popping in their skin.
Oh, wow.
Like a fucking, like popping the bubble wrap.
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that.
Wow. That's crazy.
And that never goes away. They'll just always have that.
Just depends on the severity of the bend.
Yeah, that dude's was never going away. Like yeah,
he'll be able to do that for the rest of his life probably.
Fuck that. I'm done. I can't even stand up right now. My skin's all popping right now. I'm like, fucking, that's it. Fucking.
They freak people out real quick with that shit.
Oh yeah. One thing, like when I talk to like former military guys, you know, like we sit there and talk about like, you know, oh, what'd you do? You know, and I tell them I was diving, they're like, okay, water's the separator, man. And I was like, yeah, not a lot of people like it. It's always kind of funny when people, because like when you talk about like dive school, like in the military and even out of it, like something that you don't know, you have to die at least one time in underwater training. You have to know it's like the drowned.
Oh, that's nice.
That doesn't sound nice at all, dude.
They will bring you back. They will bring you back. Don't worry, they will bring you back.
I'm not sure if I like that idea.
A lot of people don't, man. A lot of people quit after that day.
And
I can imagine, man. Like insane. We're gonna kill you.
Or that day, though, so
after they kill you and bring you back, I think you want to stay. You know, you're like, fuck, I've already died and I came back. Fuck it. You know.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, you serious, fool, or you just playing around?
I would just think it's like, I'm all in now, motherfucker. Like, let's get this shit. Like, yeah.
That's where they got the movie Flatliner from, right?
I don't know. I've never heard of that one.
That's a movie where people actually, medical students wanted to test the theory of dying and bringing themselves back. So they were killing each other with anesthesia or something like that and themselves back.
Shit. Sounds hilarious to me. Is it a comedy? What is this? A drama? A movie? A show?
no,
It was really dark, that movie was.
A movie? Okay.
It was called Flat.
I don't watch
Didn't
movies.
they do shit when they were dead too? They were like going, and then they were like stay dead longer and longer to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. That was the movie. That was it.
They were doing shit when they were dead. Like their bodies got up while they died.
Yeah,
like
like
zombied
in the
and
spirit
stuff.
world. I forget the plot.
Oh, they went to a spirit world. I thought you were saying like I thought they were dead. How are they getting up, moving around?
Oh,
Yeah, no, so yeah, like their spirit was out of their body, and they were like having this whole other experience of it. Yeah, so then they were like kept trying to go I forget the plot really, but it was just yeah, they were trying
Almost,
to be dead longer before they got resuscitated.
You
yeah,
can tell I take things too literally.
like they were in like a dream state or stuff when they were in the other world. You know, that's what they were kind of saying. Then next thing you know, that shit started coming alive in their personal world. Yeah, doesn't sound like fun stuff to me. Uh-oh, we had silence.
Sorry for being so quiet over here on my end. I'm working on scheduling. Get back scheduling. Yeah.
Right?
So tomorrow, organically blunt will be first guest back, 11:30. So back to roll. Back to rolling.
That sounds awesome, man. Organically blunt.
Organically blunt. So, cheers to organically blunt.
Most definitely.
Great.
Yeah. Anybody out there on or anybody out there in the chat right now, man? If, we would love to. We'd love to meet each and every one of you growers. Even if you've only been in for a minute, it's okay.
Should we call out a name on there? One of the longtime people like we did last time? It worked. I mean,
Matter of fact, I'm going to go back to my neighbor over here down on the street that has the grow store. You know who I'm talking about, people.
It's funny. Somebody
Who's the
caught
boss over there, ain't he?
the old grow boss in the shout outs list and was like, has he been on? That'd be a good episode. I think it was Flora Nugs. That'd be a good episode.
I think that would be too, Ian.
I think that's an awesome episode. I mean, I really do. I'd like to hear his story. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be good. I do.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good, Johnny. Please do.
I think he won Johnny over when he went in there.
You never know.
Yeah, he gave me a filter. I know that. I know. And I just put it in the other day. It worked.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was nice. I have to admit.
That's a cool fucking thing.
I don't mind him, man. I think he's blunt and whatever, you know what I mean? But I think he tries to give his honest opinion to help people. I don't know. He's just kind of dickish about it, you know what I mean?
Well, you guys know when I showed him a picture of the plant that I showed him, that motherfucker was on its way to being dead. And he just told me that. He said, that thing's dead. Yeah. He said, I'd start over. And I looked at him like, are you crazy? Yeah, I went through it all the way through to the end with that thing, and I didn't get shit out of it. It really was dead. So, he was right.
It wasn't your favorite thing to hear, but it didn't make it wrong what he was saying. You know what I mean?
Absolutely true. I mean, he wasn't lying to me. You know what I'm saying? It pissed me off a little, but it made me want to be a better grower.
That's how you know you have a good grow shop person, is when they tell you something you don't want to hear. Because if you got someone that sits there trying to tell you everything you want to hear, they're just trying to sell you something, bro. They're not trying to help you. You got somebody that's going to sit there and like, listen, I'm going to be blunt. Don't get your feelings hurt, but this is what you should do. And this is why, and honestly, man, I hated working at the grow shop because like my boss would always get complaints. He's like, you've always got people, you got a lot of complaints coming in, man. You got a lot of complaints coming in. I'm like, why? Well, they're telling you, they're saying you're trying to get them to use things that they hadn't used before. I was like, because, well, they're saying they're having issues. I was like, yes, they're having issues. And I told them to use something they hadn't used before because they wouldn't be having those issues if they'd been using that. And he just kind of looked at me like, I was just doing my job, dude. So I mean,
yeah, yeah, love that.
it's good that you have someone that does that though.
Yeah, and it's funny that it just happened to be that guy was the first grocery store that I ever even went into, that I ran into, and he slapped me across the face and straightened me out just right there. Made me realize I'm not ready. I got to do some more studying. You know what I mean?
How tall is he, Johnny? I'm just curious because I picture him like 4.5 foot ish range.
Well, to you, Smiley, he probably wouldn't look 4.5, but 6'7". I mean, shit. Well, I would say he's about right around 5'8", 5'9", right in there.
All right. A little bigger than I thought.
Smiley, how tall are you, man? Because when you rolled into my shop, I was like, dang, you're taller than I thought you'd be.
I'm like 6 foot. Like, yeah.
You're only 6 foot. Okay, that's how tall I am too. Because I was just kind of like, holy shit.
Depends what shoes I got on. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. You always have like a different idea of like how tall someone would be or like what they look like when you're like online and you meet them in person. They're either like bigger or taller than you expect. Like there's some times where I've like met people in real life. Like I thought they'd be like really tall and they were like 5'5". I was like, bro, you're a midget.
Well,
Not to say that
funny thing is
there's taller midgets.
The picture from the fucking event, and there's like a group of us all together, and I was like on this hill part, so like it didn't look like it in the picture. It just looked like I was like 7 foot fucking tall, but I was like up on, you know what I mean? Like the ground was higher where I was standing or whatever.
Yeah, you look like you were at least 7 foot, man. I'm
Yeah, right. I think I was even like bending down to be like in the picture with all the guys and shit too.
Oh, back over here in the back. Shit. I made that same problem when I ran into Captain 420. When I met up with him here in Vegas, I saw him to be a few inches shorter. And when I saw him, he was a little taller, and I go, and it just caught me off guard because I was, he was skinny like I thought, but he was a lot taller than I expected, So yeah, totally caught me off guard. Yeah, here shortly, me and Canna, we're gonna hook up smoke as soon as I get my my crazy Uncle Josh taken care of here on the dryer.
So, Johnny, are you free around November 18th?
Man, I'm always free.
I'm be out in Vegas around then.
Oh, my brother. Well, we'll just set up a time.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I've already got it on the calendar for PTO, but life's crazy, so I'll make sure in case there's no curveballs. But I'll let you know if as long as I'm coming out there. So
we can swap numbers, and when it happens, we can take care of that.
Oh,
hell yeah!
All right.
Oh.
Oh no, seriously, because I just don't answer to anybody.
Oh, okay. No, I hear you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I will. I'll let you know ahead of time, and we'll figure it out.
You just call randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't happen.
You got to bring the camera and do the MJ BizCon. Be there anyway.
What's that?
I'm just working, bro. Yeah. I gotta network.
Definitely, man.
But I can probably do some like couple little live streams or something like that. I don't know. I just don't know what all is going to be happening out there. I was supposed to go last year, and like at the last minute, like I had to go. We were closing up the hydro shop, and like out of the blue, I was like, I was supposed to go. I got shit to do now. Yeah,
that's the big one too in Vegas, right?
Yeah. I sit here and think about it, and I was like, damn, tobacco company bought up our company and shit fucked me up. I'm still sore about it, man. I'm sore. Even though I got like a better job and a dream job, I'm still like bitter.
So is that the trend now? Like the tobacco's starting to flex a little more in the.
No, these guys, a British company came and bought RJ Reynolds, and these guys dropped out of it because they didn't like the culture that came with it. So they cashed out, took all the money they could, and they bought a feeling. They were like, oh, this place looks nice. It looks all cool and hippie. We're gonna go ahead and buy it, buy the feeling that they have, and think that if we can buy it, we can become it.
That don't work.
That's just standard rich people mentality.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's it was very apparent, like when they what's that?
I'm sorry. I said I got a Hawaiian shirt. Look at me. I'm a Hawaiian now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, they're just posers is what it is. And
Yeah.
it's just, you know, like, hey man, if you want to be this, live it. Don't just say you are that without doing it, you know? Because I don't know, it's just costs nothing to get up and go and work your ass off.
Absolutely. Little effort. That's all it costs. Yeah.
Exactly what he said. Because he was on mute. That's what was funny about it.
What?
You were on mute, and that's what. Never mind.
Who was?
I'm half deaf too. FYI.
Might be mumbling.
So what are you guys smoking on?
Well, right now I'm smoking on a little bit of a Gondog Mimosa and what is the other mix I put in with it? Oh shit, I'm having a hard time with that. I think it was the gooey musk that I mixed.
Sounds like it was pretty good if it's making you forget.
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a nice comp. I'm very happy with it right now.
Do you dab, Johnny?
No, I have a dab machine, but I just don't. I don't have access to it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm bringing my rig.
Because I don't. Yeah, I don't go to dispensaries anymore to buy that stuff.
Me and Pepper will be out there. We'll have a lot of rosin.
All right. Tell me where to go, man. I'll show up.
Yeah, like I said, I'll let you know. I'm buying my plane ticket by the 15th of this month, so like I gotta figure it out soon. So I'll let you know soon.
All right. Good deal. Sounds good. I'm all in. I like a good party. Definitely. Anybody that comes out, I like to hook up and smoke out. It's good. I hooked up with Chastity when she came out. That was a blast. We brought out a pipe that had just been sent to me by oh my goodness. Now I'm having a brain fart. Oh shit, it'll come to me in a second. Son of a bitch. Anyway, we smoked right on the fucking strip.
Nice.
Ripped the pipe out right there, sat up against the wall so that the wind wasn't blowing out the lighter. Took a few hits. Yeah, it was good. Broke in the pipe. Terrell House. That's who it was.
Nice.
Yeah, his brother made some pipes. He sent them out to me. I got to break it in first. That was awesome.
So should I get an Airbnb or a hotel room?
Probably an Airbnb if you can get one.
Unless you're
I'm thinking they might. What's up?
Unless you're gonna gamble, then you know, yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, in a hotel or a motel or any of those things, you can't smoke in those things. They won't
Okay.
let you.
Okay.
So-
That was my big question. Cause like I know the Pepper's company, they buy what's it called, an Airbnb, but I wanna get like something separate because like that's their thing. Like I'm not part of that. So I'm just gonna do my own thing.
Can't just crash on the couch. You're like, hey guys.
Yeah,
Nah.
you don't want to smoke in the Airbnb, but at least you can smoke outside without an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just it's been a while since like I've been to an event, but like I know this is like a chat event, so it's like I gotta act right still.
Gotcha.
That's why I like going to the cups, because I'm just like, all right, I ain't working today.
Gotta get your Chad face on.
Yeah, bro. I fucking put on the monkey suit and everything.
That's smart, man. I remember that was one thing I remember from like sales. The 5 years I did in sales, that was like the first thing. Like, put on a sport coat. It don't matter what the fuck else you have on. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
throw on a sport coat over top of it. Walk in, people treat you. You could walked in 5 minutes before and got treated a certain way. You walk in with that sport coat on, and they're fucking 180 different. You know what I mean?
Big time.
It matters, yeah.
Man, that looks just like you.
Yeah, I just got like the collared shirt and stuff on, like I said, the monkey suit.
Right on.
Not my scene. I have to go. I go wear my camouflage every day to blend in.
So will you be able to smoke flower at that point or not?
I can smoke flower anytime. I just don't.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just easy. It's easier on my lungs.
I'll definitely have some crazy Uncle Josh that nobody else.
I'll be smoking flower when I'm out there. Yeah, I'll be smoking flower when I'm out there. Like I take a break once in a while, but like we'll see. By the time we meet up, we'll see how weak my lungs are.
Give yourself up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that's all I got. It's flower.
No, I hear you, man. I usually that was my thing there for a minute, and then it was just kind of like I don't know what it was, but the rosin and the concentrates, like I've always like liked them because they've helped me out in other ways. But I kind of got like this lung thing from being overseas. They just helped me like cough up a bunch of the shit. It's like a better expectorant for me. Like everybody's always like, "Oh, I don't like the dabs and concentrate because I cough too hard and too much." Like shit, that's why I do it, so I can get all the bullshit out.
When I did the little with the cartridges and stuff like that, I bought myself a pen and a cartridge and a few of them, and I went through one of them, and man, I felt like I was drowning, and I couldn't do it. The cartridge,
Yeah.
there was something about it that just it hit me funny. It made me feel like I was, and I expectant, man, I put out a lot of fluid after that, you know, when I was coughing out.
Yeah, it definitely like I said, it like just loosens stuff up. Like you really got to know your source of like where you get your stuff so that like it's safe, because especially if you're trying to use it as medicine, it's got to be super fucking clean.
So, I got it from the dispensary, so I have no idea, you know.
Yeah, I gotcha. Sometimes, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to say people are bad actors, like all people are bad actors, but you know, they've got like those non-cannabis terpenes that they're like using in carts and stuff, and they sometimes will, in a pinch, when they run out of their good terpenes, they'll go and buy some third-party terpenes that aren't so great.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, so I gave my pen away and I gave my cartridge. I had 3 or 4 of them left over, and I just gave them away. And I paid $80 each for it. I just here, you can have. So somebody got
$60.
Yeah. Well, mine didn't look like that. It was round, just like a can. That's cool looking. I like that. Nice.
Even lights up so we know when you're dragging on. You can't like
It comes pre-charged. Yeah.
can't not inhale that one until
Yeah, it comes in a little box, and then where's the wrapper? Here we go.
lights to let you know it's still working. I
One
guess.
time use.
And lights to tell the cop that you're hitting that fucker while you're going down the road and shit. Is what that fucker is for. The people around you. What's that blue dot? Oh, he's puffing
That's
on
what
his
that-
pen.
I mean, then he pulls his pen up and he does the same fucking thing.
They don't notice mine. Cigarette,
Yeah.
you know?
And he's like, "Oh, like yeah, I got that too."
indiscreet.
What flavor you got, man?
That is the one thing I like about doing like the roller machine is they come out looking more like a cigarette than like some of the hand rolled ones, right?
So they got the uniformity, the same size, basically, as a cigarette.
I kind of hold it like a cigarette until I don't have to. Like, this a little bit when I'm driving down the road, not necessarily. The old joint hold there.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself, man. I'd have to, because I've never smoked a cigarette, so I don't even know how to hold that shit. Yeah. But you know, it's like,
Did
that's
Green
how-
Fingers pass out or something and like holding his phone? I'm like, there we go. I was starting to wonder. And
You
do a
feel
little
it.
check. He's good. He's moving.
Is he making tacos? Is that Bira?
oh no, carne asada tacos? You
No.
shithead.
Oh man.
Looks more like Baba
beef,
Koya or something.
beef Colorado. I can't even say it.
Okay, yeah.
Colorado.
Man,
I hope the first guy liked it.
Looks pretty good.
oh shit.
I'm full of it.
Oh shoot, man, I haven't even checked on my beans. I gotta go check on my beans, see how they're doing. If I had more right, you guys with me. I'm sitting at
More.
can't walk away with my collar. It'll probably die.
Making beans? What kind?
Yeah, I dropped some beans. I'll go make them up here. Hang on.
Show us the beans.
Lots of kinds. So what the fuck's going on this weekend?
I'm gonna fucking sleep. I've been out in the sun all fucking week, and all last week and the week before.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Been
you
like
guys.
100
Oh, sorry.
You go ahead, Johnny.
You guys know I dropped some beans the other day. Well, the platinum cake, Jack Skillington, looks like I got
So
looks
many.
like
You
I
count
got
them.
four. I got 4 out of 4 that popped the tail on it right now. So that's good. The Dank of Anthony. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 tails out of 5 beans. And the Goshi, which is from San Fernando Valley Genetics. That one there, I got 4 out of 4 on that one. And Creme de la Mirage is from the same guy. Looks like I got 1 so far, but they're right there ready to pop. They look like they're going to need another day. And then I have Sour Romulan, and that one there, it's going to need another day too.
What do you just got them in water, Johnny? It's hard to see what you.
I put them in a shot glass with water, a little shotter, and then I put a shot of hydrogen peroxide in there. So it has a little sterilizer on the outside of the seed. So it kind of gives it a clean kind of a start. And I tend to have a much better result when I do it that way. And what I notice when I'm doing it that way is that I have little bubbles on my seeds from time to time to collect on them. You know what I'm saying? It's like it would on your skin. If you put it on there and spray it on and it bubbles up, if you had a wound or something, gets rid of infection. So it's basically kind of like I don't know.
A disinfectant.
A therapeutic kind of a clean on it, you know, so it's giving it a good start. And I heard doing that through Evolve 420. He's the one that told me about that one there, so I've kind of stuck onto that. Seems to have worked really good ever since I've tried it. So yeah, so I got me some beans to drop into some soil, and a couple of more that need to fit into the room a little bit longer in the dark room.
What's up, Buddha boy?
Yes,
Yes,
cheers,
Smiley.
Buddha.
Yeah, hey guys, it's good to see you. Eagle, man, it's like you've been on a pilgrimage and maybe it's not even over.
Not
How's it going,
even.
brother?
Pretty good, man. Yeah, I'm loving the change of life, to be honest with you. You know, it's kind of fun that I was thinking about this today, man. Throughout these 3 years, man, you guys have kind of followed me through a few bit of a journey. You know what I mean? And nonetheless, I just kicked my camera. You're gonna follow me through another one, and then it's gonna be a good one. So I'm looking forward to the future.
I'm very happy for you. Sorry to step on you there, but it's like this, seriously. There's a proverb, Chinese proverb, it's from the I Ching, and it's expressed in like, a kanji type of thing, but it means, and you might have encountered it before, crisis as opportunity. So this betterment of ourselves comes through perseverance, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like this: if you're working your own garden, anything that happens in there may be a challenge, but it may not be an impediment. You're a master of your terrain, and I respect that. I'm glad to see you back in the saddle, so to speak.
I'm glad to see you. I'll tell you another thing I was grateful for. As I was looking through my unit the other day and seeing what was there, what was broke, what was, whatever. I looked up on top of, there was a stack of shit, and there was some huge like commercial baking trays that I bought from like Gordon, the big ones I used to use for like the bottom for sift and shit like that. And what was on top of them was a gift from you, which was the Sanskrit poster, unscathed. And I was very grateful that, it was there, now fucked up. And so, again,
Bless
the
up,
little
brother.
things.
Right? That actually my wife did that, but that magic has its own life, but it is very powerful when people big respect to the artists out there, big respect to the women, big respect to the men. We show each other a little more respect, then we'll get a little more back. But main point being, we're giving gifts, and when we share them, it makes them that much more valuable. And it's almost like you can have money and it don't mean nothing until you go to exchange it for something else. So that's called energy. And today I had the blessing, we got to create some artwork today as well, of hosting a birthday party for an 89-year-old hardcore trapper, all the stuff all those little stories you can think of about Alaska for the last, he'd been here like since 1959. So I'm just saying, he had all those stories. So he's our neighbor, and he's always been kind of like mysterious. We always thought he was like maybe didn't like people or something like that. And then somehow he was cleaning up the woods. He's always like a steward. He's always out there working in the woods, taking down trees, keeping the forest clean. He's a Korean War vet as well. He's really a tough guy, I'm telling you. But I just went over and said, hey, I see that you're clearing things up here. You know, I have some stuff over there on that property line that, you know, is kind of in your way. Do you mind if I just move it? And, you know, he's like, because I know he was just trying to tidy up his little queue. And, or no, it was one of my things that was a little over the line. And he said, no, you can leave it there. And I said, listen, I can see that you're out here every day and this means a lot to you. So the least I could do is move that. And then so I moved it, and then he called and thanked, and then, you know, a rapport began. Whereas this mysterious kind of dark man of the woods is ending up being like the biggest hero my kids have met in a long time. So I'm going on and I'm telling a story, but I tell you something. I really believe in regenerativity and longevity. So it's like this, we're in it for the long run. And I really would ask the blessings of Jah in all of our journey forward as it propels us into wisdom and integrity, and also the sharing of what we know and have with the next generation. And I wanted to say hi, Canna Trooper. That's the stories about going underneath of the boat and things like that. That seems like that would be claustrophobic to me. I don't know, man. I heard Kevin Chaudhry talk about his work like that, and it just sounded very frightening.
Man, I always thought it was fun. Like I got a little like stressed out when I got lost, but you know, it was just like you find your way.
Yeah, that gave me PTSD just listening to it.
We have to say
For
great
me,
morning to MeAulFlower. Didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
Good morning. I was going to just say one.
Thank you.
I try to respect the danger. I've been in a few dangerous situations and kind of, you know, could have been lured into others. But MeAulFlower, hey, good to see you. You're looking pretty sharp there.
And you, Buddha. Good to see you too.
I was biking and I fell off my bike in a parking lot. See that? That's called road rash.
That's big time road rash.
Giving the ground some microbes.
It wasn't like badass X Games stuff. It was my kids work at a nursery, a gardening center type of nursery, a local thing though. And they have a little horsey, one of those ones that you put a coin in and the kids ride it, you know, that you had maybe when you were a kid. Well, one of my youngest daughter was on it, and she looked all lonely, but just beautiful over there. And I was just beginning to ride my bike away, and I lifted up my hand, and my other arm is just supporting this. And the actual gravel is just a little softer than like narrow 23 millimeter tires are gonna. Anyway, I went down, just body slam myself. My thigh is all purple, like I got hit with a baseball bat. I mean, it's just like, and it was really the most, it was just like, I forget, my son said something like, you know, bowing to the parking lot. So anyway, that's all I have to say, guys. Good to be back.
Crickets. Well, it's nice to see all of you, that's for sure.
Good to hear all your voices.
What are you two smoking on? We've shared what we were smoking on. What are you guys smoking on?
This is a mix of a few different strains. And that's where we are at the moment. It's going down into that little last jar of nuggets, and it's all mixed. Just waiting on that.
Where's the thing? I don't know. Where's the thing?
Lovely.
This is called acid dog, and it's Karma Sour Diesel crossed with Star Dog. And let me tell you something. It's got a real nice, you know, when you want to have the energetic up high, but you're going to have a little bit of the not feeling any pain of the indica in it. I kind of like that about certain hybrids, you know, it maintains a little strong qualities of both. It tastes real nice too.
Look good. Look nice.
It was surprising in the room. It wasn't my favorite plant. You know, I mean, I knew it was growing big and making nice buds, but it wasn't like the sherbs and things like that. But I'll tell you something. If I were to like blind them, I'd definitely say that it might be the strongest, you know, so that's the strongest always kind of gets high marks in my book.
I would
How about you, Greenfingers? Strong weed, right? Pretty lemon, strong
yeah.
weed, fast cars.
Just gonna say the same thing. I like how when a hybrid keeps both, you know, maintains both traits enough to make you notice, you know. Like, hell yeah, this shit works out. Hybrid.
We're lucky to live in such blessed times to have such beautiful weed. I mean, when it comes down to it, they've come a long ways in a short period of time from you basically using a limited gene pool. So, I mean, think about it. The future is not that far away, right?
In the summertime, back in the day, shit, it was dry. Right now, there was no weed around except for the local growers, and that shit cost double because it was growing all year long for some people, you know. Or the indoor growers would just pop it out in 3 months and be like double the price, bitch. Middle of the summer, got weed.
I certainly don't miss not being able to find weed, but if I could find weed all the time, I might not have started growing. Yeah. So in other words, there was a certain point where my $100 bill was like better off to just light it on fire and burn it in the wind and inhale the smoke that way, because I was going to get something that like tasted like fabric softener, you know, like a half a gram, and them calling it like a fucking eighth. I mean, it's like, it almost, you know what I mean? It was like such freaking comedic proportions and absurd proportions that, you know, of course I scraped my pipe, of course I smoked my roaches, of course I hung with my friend who had a lot more dope than me. I'm just saying, but at a certain point it was nice to start interacting with the plant on a different level. And of course everybody knows what that means.
I catch a lot of shit, Buddha, because I still smoke my roaches. I still smoke them after all this year, man. I see it to be wasteful. You know what I mean? Not to, but I still smoke.
I'm with you on that, actually. You know, here's the deal. I don't smoke that many joints because I'm kind of a bong guy, and I have family who we smoke together, and we kind of have our own bongs or whatever. Anyway, point being, I think that's a good idea. I have absolutely no problem smoking roach. I'll unwrap it and put it in the bong usually. So that's just me.
You know, I think I agree with. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't even unwrap them, but that's all.
I agree with you. What you said earlier there, Buddha, is I am very grateful. We are very lucky to live in the times that we live in. The many, many different flavors that we get to sample, many different highs and all that, medications. You know, it's awesome. It's an awesome time to be in cannabis, 100%. You know, we all talk as growers, kind of talk a lot of shit about the dispos, right? But man, I honestly thought today and many days as I drive by the fucking dispos up here, I love to see the happy faces come out there. You know what I mean? Even though, you know, it's a dispo, I just love seeing people enjoy cannabis without, you know, reparation to it. You know what I mean? It's and new people, you know, as far as that wandering in, and oh my gosh, you know, we're blessed. We're blessed.
Yeah,
as far
it was
as
amazing to see my grandma go into a shop and then be like, "It smells like my grandson's room," and like, you know, get embarrassed because it smelled like my fucking room. You know, she it smells like a skunk in here. And so that's all she would say. Like, and she'd get back from the shop and she'd be like, "I said it smelled like your room in there." And be like, "Son of a bitch!" Like, And it's just so funny when she was alive for her to be able to go into the shop and pick what she wanted off the shelves. You know, fucking good shit, and her be happy as fuck at the end of the night. Where's my gummies? I'm ready for bed. Like, yeah.
Well, you guys
Good.
both bring up kind of like a good point, because like when I got into this, I didn't tell anybody I was into it. I didn't tell a fucking soul. And this is something where, you know, you want to have a community like Eagles built here and stuff. You want to be able to talk about this stuff and everything, but you got to keep that inside. You got to internalize that. You could be sitting there listening to people talk about the weed that they bought, and you find out by listening it's yours, but you have to be quiet. You can't say a fucking thing, and you just hear all the bullshit that they talk, and like all the little stories and stuff and shit that doesn't even like never happened and shit like that. It's just funny. And then you go to the point where time progresses and you can start to come out, because it's like it takes up so much of your life and everything. And you start to tell people in your family about it, and everybody's like, oh my God, you're the devil. You're a fucking drug dealer. And then now you got grandmas and everybody talking about it. And then during the pandemic, you know, we all had work. Everybody was working. Everybody else was out of work. And they looked like the deadbeats, and we were the ones fucking providing for them for their own depression. So it's just interesting to see like where everything's gone and how the progression.
Absolutely. It is strange. I mean, how many times have you commented on that, Eagle? You know? It's absolutely awesome.
Respect to the breeders who've had the patience to work lines and rework and preserve and, you know, be incarcerated and shit like that, you know, because it's like this. It's almost like, you almost think this anyway, is like, it's kind of hard to make a lot of money with seeds unless you sell a lot of seeds. So only a certain percentage of people are going to make so much money. So in other words, the guys who like came up with a lot of these pioneer and heirloom strains that we all love, they got their payday back in like, you know, 1994 when they were cropping out and shit like that. They were kind of like working for somebody, or somebody was, I'm just envisioning another time. But what I wanted to say is that Subcool was probably a pioneer in modern cannabis because of his terp profiles. Because, you know, I think the only thing I ever had that was that kind of like popped kind of like in the fruity way was Cinderella 99 alone. And I have more experience with that personally. But I'm just saying, I think he elevated the bar to, you know, now we have the weed should taste good, you know, movement. Of course it should, you know, I mean, or, you know, whatever. But that's just my 2 cents. Sub was a pioneer for modern strains and tastes, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
And the
Mike B in the house.
marketing.
Cheers,
Branding
Mike.
itself.
What's
That's
up?
the way that
Sorry,
Yo.
Green Fingers.
I just wanted to come on
pretty badass.
and reiterate that there still are red states where we still do have to be quiet and not tell anybody that we're doing it. And it sucks. It sucks bad. Like to know that I've got this gift and I've got this thing going, you know, and I can't share it with anybody. There's very few people that I can share it with. Like just members of my family, a couple members of my family that I share it with. Other than that, it's like you still have to keep it quiet. So y'all count your blessings.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, Harry
Well,
is
kudos
about,
to-
I think it's 10 to 15-year sentence over here for cultivation.
Yeah, I'm not sure the
Just throwing it out
sentence.
there. That's all. That's all you'd be worried about. Yeah.
That's it, huh? That's it.
Yeah.
Cheers to you, Mike. Because
Yes.
you know, for hanging it out there when that still is, you know, a possibility, you know. What we're enjoying has definitely been, you know, brought forth from people like yourselves back in the early days, you know, other people like ourselves that did it before we were even supposed to. but
Right. Well,
it's crazy
sorry.
to believe that it's still, you can, like we talked about in our interview there, that you can drive like say 100 miles, be good in one state and just be able to cross an imaginary line, and all of a sudden this medicine's fucking taboo and illegal. You know what I mean? This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's really disheartening to know that I can drive a couple hours away and it's legal, but meanwhile, like where I'm at, it's like he was saying a second ago, like I might get 10 to 15 years if they come in my house. I don't know what the sentences are, but I know it's not going to be any sentence that I want to be serving, especially since, to me, I think, just like I'm pretty sure all the hippies that started this movement, they thought that it's a human rights issue. It's like, it's medicine. Like, why can't we choose to heal ourselves? Why do we have to be big pharma's little freaking sheep? You know what I mean? Like, it's a herb.
It's a human right. Yeah, it's a human right. We have a right to interact with all species of, plants and herbs and, certain things like that, as long as maybe they're not endangered or somehow harmful to the environment. Otherwise, what we do with them is purely psychotherapeutic at best, or, in terms of like the West, or medicinal, or spiritual, or sacramental, or any number of perspectives. And a lot of it could just be, hey,
exactly.
I want to go home and unwind and read a book with my kid.
Exactly. What you do, if you're not hurting somebody else, what you do to unwind, or like you said, medicinally or psychologically or whatever, it should be your own business. It shouldn't have nothing to do with the government. Like it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy, and I'm never gonna just fold for them either. Like I never have, and I never will. I know I got like a big sentence looming over my head if I was to get caught, but I don't know. Hopefully that never comes. Hopefully, I cross my fingers, and if it does come, then I'm gonna do everything I can to fight and take it to a jury trial. Hopefully, and hopefully I'll get let go by the jury that sees that it's not something that I've done to make money and profit. It's not something I've done to hurt anyone else. It's something that I've done for, like you say, therapeutic for myself. It's my medicine. And why should you be allowed to tell me I have to take your medicines that might cause more problems to me instead of just, taking a simple herb? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
The other thing that's going to take a lot longer than just like the laws is getting rid of like social stigmas and stuff like that, of like the people that do participate and do partake. Like, yeah, the legalization is really going to help, like just put a line on, put a light onto it, but there's still going to be a stigma there. Like,
and there's still tons of people, sorry to interrupt, but there's still tons of people also in jails in legal states. Still tons of people that have got these convictions over their head in legal states, sitting in prisons, and everybody else around them is making money, smoking, doing whatever they want with it, and they're in prison for the same exact thing. It's just not right.
Complete
it's not right. It's a war
Canna
against
Trooper.
the people. That's what the war is. It's not a war on drugs. It's a war on people.
Yep.
Amen to that.
If you got $1 million, if you got $1 million in your bank account or whatever, and you get caught, guarantee you can get off. If you don't, I guarantee you're going to jail. That's just how it works. It's a war against poor people. That's all it is.
Especially when it comes to asset seizure and things like that like took place, over the conspiracy laws and things like that, as it was considered ultra contraband. Because I know people who lost like, $750,000, a lifetime worth of assets, that were basically earned, definitely honestly, but they had other businesses, and they took everything, and then they had to go to Costa Rica, and they actually came back and bought the property back later, which is just out of principle. But I wanted to say one thing about the government's policy on cannabis is Canna Trooper might know more about this than me. Isn't the VA, are they accepting of cannabis? They don't like decline treatment because you're taking cannabis or somebody.
No, it's a whole don't ask, don't. That's a whole don't ask, don't tell policy right there. Everybody's learned the hard way ever since like medical and legalization. Do not tell the VA that you partake. Do not, because you will lose your benefits for fucking life.
Not good.
No, you'll
good
lose
heads
them.
up
You'll
on that.
You'll fucking straight up lose them. Dude, if you're in the VA, don't let them know. If they require a piss test, be like, listen, what's in my system is my own business. So go tell your PHP test to fuck off. So
yeah,
that's pretty much how you have to be. I don't use the VA healthcare at all. Fuck that. The amount of like, yeah, it is sad, but the amount of therapy I would need just by like sitting in there, and the fact that I have to sit in there so often and just to stay on top of my VA benefits, it's a part-time job. I can go to get a part-time job and make more than what they're giving me. So fuck all that. Dude, there's fucking vets that sit there and like watch that and do that rigmarole all day. They end up going to the parking lot, dousing themselves with gasoline, and light themselves on fire. Or like shooting themselves in the chest, or like, I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around that shit. Fuck that. You know how much, I have a daughter who's taking me away to go right away from all that.
Yeah, I have a daughter and a son-in-law who are in the military right now, and it's like this. The son-in-law, he's been special ops for a long time, and it's like this. He's just tired. He's a sergeant and all that, and he just, you got to be there for other people in whatever capacity you're at in life. And it's like this. He likes to serve others and help other people. He's a good guy, but it's like this. You can see every once in a while when the pound of flesh is taken from him. So anyway,
the whole thing about service is you hear service is sacrifice, and you think it's the sacrifice of like time and taking a pause from like your civilian life, but there's a lot more at risk there. I don't really talk about this that often, but when I was in Iraq, my wife got in a car wreck and passed away. So like there's things like I wasn't there for the funeral. Like I was like, I called and no one would answer the day I was calling, and finally someone answered and be like, bro, where have you been? Like, we just buried your wife.
Damn.
So there's like an entire toll that is completely unsaid that like can potentially befall a person, and that serves. And it's just like, you've got all this stuff that just kind of piles on top of it too. Like, when I was overseas, my dad has my same name, and he used my credit and everything like that. And it was just like a bunch of shit. So it sucks. People take advantage of troops like all the time.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's kind of sad, because you think that people would, within an organization, would show more respect to others within that organization. I'm not making judgment, I'm not always a company man myself, but it's like this. I'm glad, it makes me happy that at least they show teamwork within the network of friendship, and I think that's good.
Yeah, it's just really healthy though, once like the service person's out, to get away from the people that they served with, because it becomes an entire different equation after service. There's a lot of
interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of drug use, overdoses, suicides, people get committed, people just get weird because they feel ostracized. So,
some shit goes down, no doubt, on the fringes of a lot of society, and that group has a lot of intensity going on in it. I know marriages are pretty fragile, things like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was in Syria, and my fiance, she left with like all my money and everything. So she destroyed my grow while I was gone. I came back, I didn't have a grow in Michigan and stuff. I was on a contract and I was broke. Had an eviction notice on the house. Car was repossessed. fucking $370,000 in a hole because she just went on a whirlwind tour around the world before I left. I was a contractor. I was making money, so she was using the credit cards like crazy.
You had a lot of bad luck, man.
Oh yeah. It takes a lot. And then there's all gross stories and stuff like that too. Shitty partners, people spreading rumors about you, like all that type of shit.
It almost makes me glad that I'm by myself. You know, like, just, I don't know. That's a lot of bad stuff to hear about.
Well, the other thing is
I
that
count my blessings.
Yeah,
as little as they may be.
Here's something that a lot of people don't get is like when you're like a service member and you go and you work for someone else and you're busting your ass and I guess it's still not good enough. They're bitching at you and you're just like looking at them. They're like, come on, I thought you were a soldier. I thought you'd take it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you get that a lot. You get that a lot.
Yeah, fuck that.
People like immediately put all their shit on you and they're just like, oh, I thought you could take it. Ew.
Like they thought, oh, you're a soldier, you should be able to take the nonsense.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing. People get a chip on their shoulder and they find out like you're in the service too. So there's that, like I said, there's just a whole bunch of shit you got to deal with.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's why I said just get away from people. It's cool to be proud about it and stuff like that, and talk about it. But you know, if you out yourself, that's on you for letting people know, and then you got to deal with the consequences and conversations afterwards. So it's just like good to not even let people know.
Yeah, I had a buddy who served in Afghanistan, and when he came back, he was pretty tore up about it. There was days that he would come to my house and just like, I don't know, just break down in front of me.
Yeah, man,
it was pretty hard.
It's rough. People don't want to tell that someone to like talk about that stuff because they don't want to bring people down, you know, because essentially when you tell civilians your story as a veteran, you're telling about how civilians have treated them. You're talking about them versus us type of a thing. And it's like, you guys are treating us like shit, you know, and then you're just whining now.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, then it goes back to, oh, I thought you were a soldier. What are you whining and bitching about? You know, it's like, it's a vicious fucking cycle.
My uncle told me about when he come home from Vietnam, that when he was getting off the plane, that they was throwing eggs at him and stuff. Like, you know, like he didn't choose the war. He just chose to be I don't even know if he chose to be in it or if he got drafted, but like, you know, all these servicemen coming home from this brutality that the normal citizen couldn't even imagine, and they're over here throwing eggs at you and shit. Like I didn't choose this, you know. I don't know. It's crazy how people treat people that's been in the service. I mean, just in general, it's crazy how people treat people.
I actually had an experience that was so I put myself on a dating app, put myself out there, and you know, I matched with this person, and you know, we're talking, and she's like, oh wait, I didn't read your profile. I didn't realize you were a baby killer. I can't talk to you.
Oh,
you know, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah.
My father served in Vietnam, and his capacity was a two-man strike teams in Laos. And I don't care what the fuck he did. He made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was 19 years old. He was there like 3 years of his life. He came back. He did his thing, kind of let his hair grow out, played guitar. He liked guitar. He started a couple bands, you know, back in the day. That was the thing people did. They'd make money in bars and stuff. Not like big time, but at one point he actually was dating the reigning Miss Nebraska. He says this, I believe him. But anyway, only point I was going to make was he went to visit his dad in East Texas, and he'd let his hair grow out. And his dad said, don't come back until you cut that hair. And you know, the rest of the story is like, you know, The
Yeah.
old man dies, sees the son again, and all that. And my dad's a gentleman; he's only 71 years old, but he's a young 71, but his body isn't. So, God bless that generation. They're good mentors, good fathers, good peers, all that. I learned a lot being born in 1970. I feel like I was at least blessed to see a little bit of that time.
No, we're the last hard generation, the 70s babies. Like after that, kids get soft. Like the 80s and 90s kids and kids nowadays especially are so soft. They don't even know. They're like crying over you calling them him, he, or she, or whatever. Like, I mean, I don't care what you want to call yourself, but don't get offended when I'm just talking, just because I don't call you the right thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how people can judge you over stupid little things. You talking about your father having the long hair just made me think of that song. Long hair hippie people need not apply.
It happens within families, right?
Yeah.
My grandfather was a hard man, kind of a tough guy in country terms. And I guess that he just thought it was his way, or whatever. I wouldn't argue with him. I probably would have boogied on down the road myself. Anyway, our family is independent. We're known for like pushing everybody away and then running the other direction.
I believe our friend Canna's exiting on us. Cheers, Mr. Canna. Pleasure to have you pop on, man.
Did he take off?
I think he
He's
was
still
giving
here.
his birthday.
Okay.
He was giving it his birthday. He's an 84 baby.
Oh. I got it. I got it.
One of the good ones.
It's what, 86. 86 is out, right?
I was in the last year of the 70s, 79.
Greenfingers, when were you born? I mean, reckon you'd tell us the year, right?
What? Are we doing ages now?
Yeah. just
I was born in
year
83.
of birth.
83.
I was
Those were good
84.
times. Well, tonight we're going to party like it's 1999.
I like the book about my year. 1984.
That was another good one, bro. 84 was a classy year, though. I mean, it was good. In my opinion. I was 14.
It's like 5.
Hey,
How's
I
your
remember
pool?
the Berlin Wall coming down, so.
Yeah.
84, I'd already graduated.
Are you
72.
1965, Johnny?
63.
Like
Who remembers
63
civil defense drills?
Corvette.
Classic.
You're pretty fucking cool.
I might be more like a Nova, not a Corvette.
I like it. I like that tiny Nova of the era. I think it was the Nova or the Nova 2, I forget, but I think it might have even had one of the column shifters, like a 3 on the tree. But we had this guy, a hellion, near where I lived, and he'd go out when a fresh snow had hit, and he'd go rally down the roads and do whatever he wanted, spinning out and having a good time in it. So I guess it was responsive to his style of driving.
Good time. Yeah, that's why I was able to smoke me some Thai stick back in 1978. And
Lucky you. Well, I think that Thai in general is going up in stock as it's become legal, and I think that Captain 420 would be a good person to speak on this. But I'm talking as like, you know, the next kind of, you know, quote, you know, heirloom, not necessarily land race, but definitely like, you know, the chocolate ties, the juicy fruit tie, the lemon tie. I bet you that Captain 420 will have that game well taken care of here in no time.
Well, I have some Captain 420 Thai weed in my garden right now. It's growing.
Oh yeah, I saw that, Johnny. Looks great.
Oh, I got to take off my my screen here. How do I do that again? There, dang it.
I always liked the Thai weed because it was trippy, and when I mean trippy, like psychedelic. So that's a good quality to have in weed, isn't it? If that's what you're looking for.
I always found it to be a good trade. Or what I'm looking for anyway.
Yeah, man, that's good. And it's also an antidepressant a little bit. I have a cross, and I've got another one going from a certain company, but it's called the Brittany, and it's chocolate Thai crossed with like an OG. But it's like, man, I can't wait because it's definitely got some of those Thai characteristics in its physiology or morphology, leaves and stuff.
Yeah, these suckers might outgrow my room, man. I'm gonna have to do some monster fucking crops. Well, both of them. Yeah, 'cause they're gonna get wild. They're big. Blowing in there.
Yeah, she's pretty. Is that one of those strains like next run that you'll like try to ferment, try to, you know, control some of that linkiness in it?
Oh, definitely, yeah. The first run of it, he told me it was going to be long and nice and big. So I got clones right here. Inside here, ready to be taken out with short. It looks like there's one kind of filtered down. But I just got a bunch of casings that I sent off for into cocoa. So I'll be putting those in the oven. Fun time. Loving it.
Keep looking behind me, fucking this damn dog. He's got me twice now. Twice. And if you got a weak stomach, pull out your earphones down. And twice with that, like, you know, like that, like fucking noise that like a dog will make when he's right before he's getting sick, or anybody else for that matter. He's all like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I look behind me and he's fucking licking himself and shit. Here, I think he's like getting sick. He's going deep and shit. Quit.
Making himself dead on purpose. Shit.
Yeah,
Heard
it's not a
that
gag
Rat
reflux.
3000.
Yeah.
Damn.
Robert positive, you know, why do dogs lick their balls? Because they can.
They
It's a
can.
very unique to the male species as well. And I don't apologize. I lick my balls as often as possible.
Well, there's a thing. There's a thing is can and trying extra hard, I guess. Damn.
You can't reach enough. You gotta pull. Yeah. Somebody forced you down there.
Getting a little old, man. It's better to reach that spot.
Oh, worried about him, man. Fucking turn around. Jeez.
I was gonna say Eagle's just jealous, that's all.
Nah.
I'd rather not lick up my own sauce, you know. I'm good.
I agree with you 100%, green fingers. So anything new in anybody's gardens? For having chance, I don't mean to cut you off, Smiley.
No, I was gonna say the reason we can't is I don't think any of us would ever leave the house if we could.
None of us. How many of us really leave the house anyways, though? So.
I might need a tongue transplant.
Oh, you guys got Coco going. Shit.
One thing is, I've been trying to run as many regs as possible personally. So, because I want to look at males, I've just casually, you know, what you call the hobbyist breeding type of thing. I've done a couple crosses, but what I realize is I know absolutely nothing, and that I have no idea what to expect. So I really don't have any expectations, and it's all just a journey of learning. So every time I see a male, I'm seeing something new. I'm cataloging it. But whereas before, all I would do is chop it, you know, the first time I saw a male. Now I'm putting them out in the yard for a while and studying them and letting them go as long as they can without blasting off their thing, and maybe even taking one of them and deciding which one in the room I might possibly pair it with just for shits and giggles, you know. And that to me is joyful. It's really a act of revelation. And I have a certain amount of experience, but you know what? This is tapping into that, and it's embellishing on something new. And I know a lot of people are doing the same thing, and I would just encourage you all. But, you know, all I can say is practice safe practices, you know, ethical practices, smart practices. That's all, because it's like this. You don't want to poach somebody else's shitty work.
I don't know where that laugh came from. So, did anybody watch that Dude's Growth show today? I have a chance.
Yeah, so I did.
No.
So they were talking about basically, or I don't know if it was like a subject matter that they were, you know, intending to talk about, or if it just happened to be brought up. But companion plants. They were just basically, they had noticed a marigold in this garden, and was talking about how it helped control nematodes, but not in the normal companion plant way. You know, I always had thought about, you know, them working basically off of, you know, terps, smells, what they put off. But they were saying in this case, it didn't work that way. It was all in the soil through the microbes that necessarily worked on the neotodes. It wasn't necessarily what was going on up top. It was what's going on in the soil as a companion plant. And they were talking about it. Well, like in this case, because it was a soil thing, it wasn't, they said there would be no benefit to having the marigold in a pot next to. It had to be in the pot to be effective. And I thought that to be super interesting because, like I said, I never really thought companion plants work like that. Companion banker plants either, or, you know, work like that. I always thought it was what's going on top, terpene profiles, what they secreted, you know what I mean, that either drew or repelled, you know what I mean? I never even considered that shit was actually more,
So what
could
they're
be
saying is,
microbial. Sorry.
yeah. So what they're
Marigold,
saying is more like them sharing the soil together, and the roots intermingling and sharing the same microbes and everything is the only way for it to actually work.
Yes,
Yeah.
because like what ends up happening with, especially specifically with marigolds, is the processing of phosphorus. It helps like process the phosphorus in the soil, and the uptake for the soil food web within the rhizosphere.
Nice. Good to know.
There's a bunch of different flowers that will do different things, different companion plants. Like everybody knows that clover does like a bunch of nitrogen. So specifically like crimson clover is higher for the nitrogen too. That's why we do like the cover crops.
What about like as a pest deterrent though? Would it still need to be in the same pot, or could you put it in a pot beside of it?
Pest deterrent, I would go ahead and put it in the same soil. It's honestly the best thing to do if you're going to be doing companioning with your growing is to do a bed and build a bed and have an entire like system. Somebody to kind of look at is a urban farmer. He had that whole like sip system with a fabric pot and a pond liner in the bottom of it, you know. So just kind of build it up like that.
So I can see the benefit in a companion plant, but does it have to be the same in a banker plant? Seem like you'd be better off to have that in a pot off
so
to
you
the
can remove it.
side. Yeah, get that fucker out of there when it was full and shit.
Yeah, once it's full of the bad insects that you don't want, get it out of there.
Yeah, I hear you. If it's like attracting insects like that, the thing is that in a bed you can just go ahead and pull it up if you need to, and just fill it in. Put another one in its place. Have another one on standby. That way, it's a continuous system.
And I don't think banker plants really like attract every fucking bug in the room either. I mean, like you'll find them on those, but like you might find them on those first, hopefully, is the idea too. But I don't know that it's like gonna draw bugs from plant across the room to that or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just something helpful, but not something fully that you use fully as a deterrent.
Yeah, anything I've personally found, I've heard and read a lot of things how certain companion plants and plants like in the bed, or like Eagle saying, like you put the pot next to it, that they deter things, that they like get things away. But I think like you're saying, there's more deterrent. You know, it's not like a full on thing. I haven't seen one thing that like keeps all the bugs away. You know, you have to have an entire entourage and ecosystem going for it to control itself, essentially.
Right. It makes sense because in the forest, there's, everything just grows together all the time. If you look out in a field, everything's growing there. All the different weeds just grow together all the time. So I mean, it makes sense. But if you're going to do the living soil method, you want to mimic nature as much as possible.
Exactly. The best analogy I can use is a economic analogy. Is like you have I got this from an economist. The way that they describe like economy is so nature would be a stool that's got like 100 legs underneath it, and then your indoor grow, the artificial environment that you've grown, is a stool of 3 legs underneath it. You knock one underneath the nature stool, it's got 99 more to stand on. And knock one out from underneath yours, it's going to fall over. So you really need to make a robust and system like within your environment and within your soil food web if you're doing organics indoors.
Makes sense.
I'm kind of blown away just how like systems theory, how everything's integrated shows up, on this microscopic, rhizospheric, and then it's like the equivalent of communication. And like, he was saying, the Eagle was saying about the terpenes, not terpenes, but the chirps, the emissions of the plants communicating with one another. That always like seems like something that you could have intuitively grasped like when you were like a child or even younger. And as you jump into the world of knowledge, if you like stayed in school and like went directly into a program like maybe Canna Trooper studied culture and things like that, it does make sense. I mean, so you have these people who optimize systems, which are recognizing the natural systems and emulating them, which already exist. And to me, that's beautiful. It's measurable, it's translatable, and it might not work for everybody. Like, I'm not Mr. Scientific myself, but I can have a lot of respect for it. And the knowledge that we get, about nutrient uptake and things like that is pretty fascinating.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know that's all like obvious, but it's like I do feel that way. I give a minimalist approach. I give minimal nutrients. I give minimal working of the soil. I like inert medium, and to just inoculate it and fucking move on and do it once a week, and they seem to grow. But it's like this. I'm sure there's room for improvement in my program.
Yeah, I like to make graphs and data sheets and be like, all right, last time we ran this at this point, this plant was this tall, now it's this tall, and the buds were this thick by this thick. Like I do like bud density profiles with like calipers and everything.
Awesome.
Measure.
If I ever hit the big time, I'll have to talk to you. I'll be like, what?
Yeah.
Being able to track like a plant's like development from like from run to run, especially like if you're doing breeding, is I feel kind of like key, because if you're trying to present your plant to be this thing that you're going to market and sell to somebody, you're going to have the data to back that up, essentially, and you're going to have the data to back it up for yourself so that you can go along with your breeding program and know, like, all right, I know this plant has these traits. So like when you plug it into your Punnett square, you can like sit there and forecast like what type of progenies you're going to give off.
You can predict somewhat to the number of frequency that'll pop up, and depending if it's a dominant or recessive.
Exactly.
Well, alleles are something you can always say as somebody who's been growing like for 50 years. You can at least say, I'm acquainted with the varieties of expression, but to be able to select and to breed for it and things like that, that seems to be like a step in another direction.
Yeah, something that's like starting to become kind of like popular. I think I've brushed on it before here on the show. Is gas analysis by VOCs. Now you're starting to see like pulse that got like VOC like detectors and stuff on it like that. Those things are kind of novelties on the pulse meters. Don't put much stock into those, but because they're essentially just a CO2 meter. Any sort of like CO2 thing is measuring some sort of like VOC, and VOCs are volatile organic compounds. And it's like essentially kind of when you see like if you're driving in the mountains and you see like steam coming off the woods and the sun's hitting that's VOCs, and that's natural VOCs. And then like if you see like smog over a city, that's man-made VOCs. Being able to gas print like analysis and figure out like what plants are giving off like what terpenes profiles and stuff like that. That's like a newer technology that's starting to come out with plants. So like, actually like, go ahead.
That's like looking at otherworldly atmospheres and being able to understand what's growing there.
Essentially, what you'll do, and I kind of do this when I do like a soil gas analysis, when I go to like I have these things I drop in the soil. They're called vapor pins, and I take like I do a gas like extraction from the soil, and I analyze like the soil that comes out of there, so I can see if there's any contaminants in it. Essentially, I have to put a vessel over the hole I drill, and I have to helium seal it. I have to put the vessel over it, put a bunch of helium in it, purge out all the air. That's why we're pumping it full of helium. And I put a helium detector in it, make sure it's only helium, so that way when it comes down to zero, then I take my reading. It's a clean reading. You're essentially going to do the same thing to a cannabis plant. You put a bag over it and you seal it around the base of the stem and you fill it full of helium. And once that dissipates, you take a gas analysis sample from that.
Okay.
And
clouds of terpenes, are they aerosol, or how are they emitted into cloud form?
For what?
Like the smells,
VOCs?
Yeah.
The plant just emits it. It just off gases. It's got pores. It's pore structure, and like the stomata and everything like that. It breathes. Like that's how it. Anytime it does run photosynthesis.
Like if I can you picture if I were in the same room with you, Buddha Boy, and I had a jug? Say this jug was like full of gasoline or whatever, and a bottle, and I took the lid off it. It wouldn't take very long for you to smell gasoline because that's volatile.
Right.
It's dissipating
Okay.
into the atmosphere. You know what I mean?
So it's
Exactly.
not like aerosol farm. It's not a gas or whatever. It's just whatever terp signature is coming off of it. Boom.
Exactly. It's kind of like a fingerprint, actually.
That's interesting. I like that smell, whatever it is, you know?
Yeah. So there's a lot of future technologies that will be developed off of like all that new gas capture technique. But that technique, capturing gas, has been around for a long time. It's just being applied to cannabis in the last like 3 years, I think. No, 4 years. Because
Are those mono? I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I just saying, were those the one terp is the sesqua whatever terp, and then there's the monoterps. Is it the volatile monoterps? I think it is that are dominant that we're smelling.
Whatever the terpenes are that are being that plant has, they off gas because liquids when you have a plant has moisture in it, okay, and then whatever liquids are in that moisture are going to evaporate in the atmosphere, and that's essentially what's being emitted when it evaporates into the atmosphere and it turns into a gas. Whether it's got vapor on it or not, or it attaches to an associated moisture molecule, whatever, like that's in the air. So like whatever is being drawn up into the air, that's what forms the clouds and the gas. Like when you see that in the morning, and that's through temperature change, and that's it going through a catalyst of heat and cold and stuff like that. I don't know. It's a lot to explain. I'm really high too, so we can have a science class if you want.
I think everybody's interested, right? You know?
Yeah. But I mean,
I love it.
What?
I
love
said,
it? Yeah.
I just want to thank you for being high while you were teaching.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just like the VOC is like it starts to kind of like to explain the off gassing process of like a plant. You're gonna have to just kind of like you need a diagram essentially to see like where the capillaries are and like how it reacts, and then you'd have to have another diagram to see how like once the gas is released into the air, how the chemical reactions like interact with the air, the atmosphere. But yeah, when you capture it, I'm not exactly sure which VOC it's detecting because there's a lot of VOCs in there. It just depends on which piece of equipment you're using to measure that. Because every piece of equipment's got different types of measurements it can take. And I would say there's this one process where you use something called like a sorbent cartridge would probably be the most accurate one and capture like the most different probably the best and the most robust number of terpenes that you could probably record if you capture them all. Because it's also on you, like if you have a good seal and you capture everything and you do a good process. So I don't know. I could sit here and ramble all night.
Right on, Canna Trooper. Seriously, is like this. What it is it's like kind of like a ball of yarn. I learn a little bit at a time, but eventually it adds up to something. You know. I do have that's interesting.
My ball of yarn isn't like infinite, so I'm running dry. I'm at the end of my spool here. So I was like, all right, I don't know what else to say. I'm on the spot.
Just call it the trees breathing.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump a little early tonight, but it's fucking awesome hanging out.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna bounce too. I'm getting tired. I need to go back to sleep before I go to work. Yeah.
Easy, Smiley.
Good talking to you, Chad.
Cheers, Smiley.
Yeah, peace out, Smiley, Canna Trooper.
Later, Smiley. Later, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys 100%. Smiley went out on the threes. They went out on the threes. Nice notice there.
That's probably after a full day of work, you know. Or I'm just saying, it's like he's always, you know, busy. Everybody's busy.
I just took off of work like at lunchtime, and I'm on my way home still. I'm still driving.
Holy cow!
I had to get
Is it a
out of
nice
there.
drive?
Yeah, it's like an hour and 10 minutes away from my
No
work to my
shit.
house. Yeah, I'm almost there now though. I'm like maybe 10 minutes away. But at least you guys was on and I could come and hang out while I was driving.
Hell yeah, appreciate you hanging out, man.
I was just glad to see you back up and running, man. It's good to have you out here, you know, putting the show out.
Man, I've missed hanging out with all you guys every night. That's for sure. I'm super
We miss
stoked.
you too, man. When you're not here, trust me, we all miss you too.
Yeah.
Already got a couple volunteers for the next few days as far as show.
Awesome.
Like I said, Organically Blunt will be here tomorrow, 11:30. And I've seen Special Branch. She's signed up for Friday.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I got it. Mr. Joe will be back. Mr. Joe will be back, undoubtedly. He's been hitting me up for the last few weeks, ever since the show kind of went sideways there. He's been in touch, wanting to do a follow-up episode to the first. I got a lot of stuff I ain't said, and he wants to talk. Yeah, he's actually interested in, or has suggested, I should say, an episode where he's making hash, old world style. You know, like he's talking, actually going through the steps of the dry sift and all that. So
Nice. That would be a good show, I think.
Fucking cool.
You know, contrary to what the controversy,
Yeah, the hype.
you know, from that night, he definitely said he had good response, you know, from everything. At first, my first response was, really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I felt. I was like, that's awesome that he got. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. He said he had, you know, far as like the nutrients and seeds and all that, you know, questions about the light schedule, most importantly. You know, that's the biggest thing that I take away from the whole Joe thing is the light schedule, to be honest with you. You know, I've ran it and I'm still running it. Now, when I pick up things, you know, in my personal grow, I'll be doing the 12-in-1 again. And I highly suggest, you know, we look to cut corners all the time, and electricity is our biggest fucking cost, and it's gonna be our biggest cost as indoor growers if we can shave that light schedule and save us some money. In fact, I think, you know, that's going to be the answer for a lot of people, you know, trying to step up into the commercial market. You know, if you can, if you're looking to come into a bigger market and you already have the knowledge to be able to save damn near a third in electricity costs, that gives you a leg up on the competition, in my opinion. So
Yeah, you already have to know.
I think it's only like ethical because think of the days when we ran our 1,000 watts, and you know, I know Eagles still has, and I have within recent memory, took mine down this year for CML or CMHs, so I'm not really that progressive. But I was just gonna say, my electric bill in the winter, it's very expensive, like over 20 cents a kilowatt or something like that. It's like crazy hour. It's expensive, bro. So anyway, it's only makes sense. And someday, if I get heating situation balanced, because you know how we like to have the warmer lights in the winter in these northern climes. I would like to have a nice LED room, because it's like this. I think they are the most efficient and they're bright as fuck.
We've all equated the whole light bill to, the money we save on, our own, cannabis. We haven't really looked at it as, like Eagle saying, though, as a progression as far as saving money into a market. It's like we just looked at it as like, well, it might cost me $400 a month to run it, but I'm saving $400 a month for smoking. You know what I mean? Like, so
For sure. The economics are the same everywhere, right? When you start growing your own, you're suddenly out from under somebody's thumb. You may be under the.
You're still under the electric company's thumb.
That's just what I was going to say. I'm not even happy about
nobody
it.
else to blame if it's booked.
In that schedule, Eagle. Yep. I gotta save money out here in the desert, because my rent just went up $200 a month.
And your AC probably runs constantly out there, don't it, Johnny?
Well, the majority, I would say, 2/3 of my house is running off of swamp cooler. And here we got a letter from the state of Nevada saying that they're going to do some governmental mandate or whatever that is. Basically, they're going to eliminate swamp coolers, because if you think about it, it's an evaporative cooler. So it runs off of evaporating water. And we're in a desert and we're evaporating water to keep ourselves cool, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because you're over there taking up the resources of water.
Great need.
They're going to do that shit to us. They better make it so that they have people being able to come out and season your house so that it actually accepts a fucking air conditioning. Because my house is a sieve. It's made for a swamp cooler.
Yeah.
It's made to breathe.
Maybe they will come up with better cooling technology here, like everything else is getting advanced. I don't know anything about refrigeration and things like that, but it seems like, almost everything's, maybe they'll do the same with oil heaters, have it so a cup of oil will last you overnight, You never know.
Well, as soon as they stop refusing us our energy that comes electricity is coming all around us, Hell, we're little transformers. We see electricity in our bodies. So what makes it special enough not to have it all around us? Just means finding out a way to get it out of the air, out of the atmosphere. That shit's being pummeled at us from the sun all day long.
I think about, how people with larger cars, trucks and work service vehicles and things like that, the average person is paying too much money and they can't afford the gasoline at all. It's all there is to it. But it's like this, you've got to think, and you've heard the conspiracies, but man, somebody is held back on the technology. I mean, if you look at like car racing, the Formula One and things like that, they have such advanced powertrains and hybrid systems, power or an engine and a hybrid, all that stuff. So I'm just saying that it makes me sad, because it's like this. A lot of those old cars are kind of getting marginalized, and I guess I'd hope that we had a way to like address this in which we had enough that we could drive what we wanted and be able to afford to do it without feeling guilty because it was some type of ecological sin. Just
Yeah, it seems like we're heading into demolition man. All the oil running, gas running cars are gonna be.
I wish that we had like a hemp alternative, you know, the biofuel and things like that that was readily available and efficient and things like that. They need to have a market for that type of thing. Biomass. I certainly would if I had like, you know, a diesel car and I could run it on that. I certainly would do it. I'd buy a Mercedes or something like that, an older one, and it'd be my little biodiesel car, you know.
Roasty.
There's nothing wrong with smelling like French fries everywhere you go.
Yeah, sometimes you
Good
want to
response.
smell it.
I still think maybe it could be improved upon, you know, that idea. Who knows?
Nah, you just switch up to the fried chicken sometimes, so you can smell like fried chicken once in a while.
There you go.
Yeah, it smell like fried chicken today, and French fries.
Chicken or a fish fry.
Oh,
Fish,
fuck
man,
yeah.
fish grease. That scent stays in grease, man. You can get rid of that.
Right? It never goes
Hey,
away.
question. If you could drive a vehicle for free, off of just the oil, you know, pouring it in and filtering it out and getting it the right thing. If you could do that for free, and they even gave you the vehicle, say it's like I don't know, larger vehicle, would you take it? Would you take it if it was all free and it was provided for you and make that your daily driver?
Absolutely. I'm not hating. I wasn't hating. I was just saying I think it's a funny side effect. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I don't know. You know, something that drives by and just smells good, you know, and a fucking taco truck or whatever, man. You're like, damn. It's like the ice cream truck of fucking food, right?
Yeah.
Cheers, Stoney.
Cheers, Eagle. Cheers, boys. Johnny, Meow, Buddha, Greenfingers, Mike. I think I got everybody. Did I get everybody?
Percussionist Rockafeller, how are you?
I'm doing all right. It's difficult to get back here. It's gonna be difficult to get back to the other side again. I got my kids again. Yeah, I've had my kids like on and off for like 4 or 5 days in a row. So like I had to transfer back to daytime.
Ooh.
Good for you, Stoney. Nice times, huh?
I feel like I'm traveling back and forth to London or something. Jet lagged and I didn't go anywhere.
Hey, can I switch
Fuck,
my
that
phone
sucks.
my phone camera to the back camera? How do you do that on here?
It's
Upper left, I believe.
Yeah.
But I think you have to have the camera on to be able to flip. But
yeah, so press the camera, then press
Hold on. So I gotta turn the camera on first.
Start the video, and you gotta flip it. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Well,
Now
then
how do I flip it?
the top button.
Oh,
or the top little yeah.
we got visual.
I'm going to interject for a moment and just say I really enjoyed talking with Canna Trooper tonight. I'm not sure that I've had a dialogue or, you know, a chat with him on that deep of a level before. That guy's a really interesting fellow. A lot of respect for the gentleman.
learned a little bit about him myself this evening.
I can't.
I appreciate his character and his fucking intensity because it was like this. Life is real, right?
Yeah.
What were you saying, Johnny?
Oh, I was just saying, I can't wait to meet up with him and smoke, man.
Oh hell yeah, that's even cooler, man.
And Pepper, it sounds like.
I still don't know how to figure it out.
You had it the first time when you did it.
I had it when I did it the first time.
So you flipped it and then it reversed, and then you pressed it again and it showed you again though. So it went back and forth. It's like, boom, 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 boom.
Like right here, where's it showing?
Nothing. Says
Nothing.
Mike B.
So when you turn it on and then you got to press up on the top by the speaker, there's a little camera with the 2 arrows and it'll reverse.
I'm like freaking towel
Now
over
we're
here getting my
looking at
face
your
done.
10.
Yeah, now we're seeing
it. My face.
So Captain 43 the metaverse, you know him over in Thailand. He's a pretty cool fucker. Hey. Big respect out to Captain 420 over there in Thailand, keeping it nailed down, saving all of his best genetics for his best friends.
I got some of those.
Yeah. Here, I'm just gonna do this.
nice tank. I see a tank.
I don't know if hold on, I can get a flashlight. Oh, there's still vegging, so that ain't gonna hurt. I should put some light in here. Y'all see this?
Let me just say, Rick. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Man,
Nice.
Nice.
That's great diamonds right here. That's great diamonds. That's the primal punch from MG1. That's another ethos. It's in game. That's from Jose. He was on FCP a few times on the Future Cannabis project. The guy Jose does hash. It's one of them. I think that's Mr. Nasty, and that one is Monkey Berries. That's what I got going on right now.
Looking good.
They're asleep. You can tell they're asleep because they're all drowsy looking. They're all like laid down.
Sounds
So-
exciting.
Yeah.
Say those plants from Jose, those might be good hash plants, right?
Oh, that freaking monkey berries from like the time it sprouted to 5 weeks. That thing stunk so bad. Oh my God, it's got a smell to it. Like, I mean, literally, it just, when you come in the room, you can smell it, and that's the only one you smell. You smell that thing is, whew, it's definitely gonna be funky. That's for sure.
So I hate to do this, especially because I was actually thinking of Mr. Stoney Rockafeller today, and I'm glad you popped on, brother. And it's nice for you to check in, and grateful for some new people and some people that don't usually check in popping in this evening. But as life changes, as Stoney's pointed out, schedule's changing. My schedule's changing, and I tried to like do the 4 o'clock thing so I could like coast it with the shout outs to 420, but it didn't work that way. I blew by like 8 minutes. So I'm trying to make that the end mark at least for a few days. I think the schedule will be changing somewhat as far as like the Weed Nerd World goes. I think it will be starting. I think I'm going to bring it back to where it's going to be starting at 11:30. And then maybe ending a little bit earlier so it can actually blend in and meet with my current schedule a little bit. You know, today, actually, last couple of days been rain days. Tomorrow is time to throw dollars. make that money. So I got to make sure and get some rest and be up to do that work. So I got to try to end it as early as possible. So as far as the guest portion goes, this is where I got to cut it off. And again, man, I'm kicking myself because I was really hoping to catch up a little bit with Stoney. But hopefully the 11:30 thing will meet the current schedule a little bit better. I don't know if they'll make it better or worse. It's sometimes hard to meet everybody's schedule, but you know, at this point, I'm just grateful to have the office and the opportunity to be able to come hang with you guys again nightly. So, you know,
Right on.
thank you guys.
Well, what I got to say to that, Eagle, is whatever you choose to do, we'll be here. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be here as much as I can be. I work nights, but every time I'm not at work and you're on, brother, I definitely will be here.
You don't know how much that means.
It
Just
means a
that.
lot. It means a lot to all of us, Eagle. Every one of us. You and every one of us.
You know, sometimes the clearest things become clear in the weirdest moments. You know what I mean?
Right.
As I fucking talk about the show when I'm not doing the show, I realize more and more this is the path. You know what I mean? I actually feel lost without being here and hanging out with you guys night after night. So, you know, cheers to all you guys. And thank you for being with me on my journey.
Hell yeah.
I just want to say this community helps this community in so many different ways. There's like if it's currency, you know, not like electricity, you know, like currents that cross between each other. There's so many ways in which people are encouraging and supportive of each other. And of course, there's going to be some competition and some bullshit. But I tell you what, you don't have to look too far to find somebody who's generous, intelligent, and kind. And that's about as good as it gets, right?
That's right. That's right. So with that being said, who wants to be the first to fall out this evening so I can get to this list? I added a few names this evening to the shout
Well,
out.
I just got home, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of here. It was nice hanging out with you guys. Much love, much appreciation, Eagle, for being the one to make all this happen. I'm glad you're being able to start it back up again. I know you've been going through a lot yourself, but as we've all said, anytime you're out here, man, we're gonna be out here with you. So it's great to see you. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch another one in the future and hang out some more. For sure, there will be a day. But to everybody else, much love, much respect, peace, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Cheers, brother. Have a good day.
You too.
I'm going to bail as well. Thanks for facilitating us again and having us all on your show. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, thank you, sir. Buddha, Johnny, everybody, Robert, yeah, everyone in chat. Have a dank one. Yeah.
You too, brother. You say it's always a pleasure, but it's always an honor for me. You have an amazing day, brother.
Thank you. You too.
Well, I'm going to jump next, and I want to say peace and love to everybody out there in the chat. It was fun hanging out before I came on. I needed to hang out in the chat for a minute, you know, just to say my love, you know, recognize some people. And Food Boy, thanks for taking my my probing and, you know, prodding to get you up here. Appreciate that. And Green Fingers, love you. Eagle, as always be here for you. Always. Love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Have a good one. Stoney, we can't hear you. Is it just me or can we not hear Stoney?
Can't hear him.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyways, I guess what I was just saying was I'm glad you're back. And I'm in that trench with you. We're just on opposite sides because what I know what you're going through, trust me. I'm in the same fucking trench with you, dude. We're just on the other sides from each other, but we'll get out of there, especially with all these guys, man. Even when the show's not going on, we're still kind of grouping together and fucking bullshitting. So much love to you and all you guys. Chat, everybody. It's awesome. It really is. And for my buddy SoCal who can't be here tonight because of COVID, fuck all of you. He would be pissed if I didn't say that. I know he's gonna be watching the replay, so fuck you, SoCal. Get better. All right, guys. Peace. I'll
Peace,
talk to you
brother.
later.
Thank you for
So,
popping in, brother.
I'm gonna go because he's gonna be second to last. We'll get we'll get to talk sometime, right, Eagle? You know, we both show up at the same place at the same time. Sometime we'll wrap, but we're gonna move on. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Yep. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Please make it more frequent. We love you, brother.
You know what? I've got my manic depression under control for about 3 more seconds, so I'll probably see you sometime soon.
Okay, have a good one, brother.
Peace, beautiful. Love you. All right, there you go. Thank you. Everybody go plant some seeds. Eagle. Love you, brother.
Love you, bro, too, brother. Have an amazing day, man.
Yeah.
Definitely feels good. Feels good to see all the faces, hear the voices, catch up. And that's no joke. You know, this thing has impacted my life greatly through these years. Can't believe I can even say years about this whole project. You know, years now we've been hanging out nightly, and wow, that's all I can say to that. Thank you. You know, I get the thank yous night after night, like, but I've said now, say it again. You know, it's two-sided. I get every bit of as much out of this as everybody else does, and as I've seen and as I know, it doesn't go on without you guys. None of this happens without you guys. So thank you. That's why I do the shout outs every night, because you guys are essential, and I am grateful for all of you guys hanging out. Man, I cannot find some good music for this damn shout outs. Let's see here, though. I've got something. Give me a second. There's SoCal. The beginning of the show, I think you'd actually really like SoCal if you missed it. So go back and check that out, please. But I think this is an appropriate start for this evening. A little bit of hell yeah. All the things that I've been through, you wouldn't know. So feel all my sunshine. Love this shit. You wouldn't know. Sub cool, D South State, Mama Lost 710, Scared, Row 423, Dumb Bum, Casino, MG 89, Unplugged 705, Medical Miguel, Rick T, the Rebel, the 19207, Fabian, Selena, Save That Here, Tom Spook, Greg Walk, Meadow Joke, T-Dog, Gun Beetle, Red Eye Jedi, Gross, Mother Nature, Dustin Conway, Duckweed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Good Earth, Stain Man, Okie Grower 75, Corey Trevor, Michael Wallace, Mo Bitch, 420, Mucho Cat Daddy, Tackle Down Slug, Rick S. in the Bushes 817, Simmons, Kevin Hahn, Rose Soul, Pat Spain 425, Mentor Dirt Road Dude, Tennessee, but Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dad Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Stone, 710 Canuck, Ken Queen Genetic, Savvy Tenacity, Blue Dirtman Dan, Keith the Black Sails, Mr. Bullsillis, in Premium Gardens, Rasta Bob, Rasta Jess, Soil Root, Small Tubes, Tyler, Foster Buds, Norm Michigan, Micro, Ouija Bud, Step T Boy,
Big Jar Grows, JC Modern Genetics, SoCal Weedner, John Last, PP15, Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grows, C1 Productions, Dane Grower, DOA Grow Meds, Miss Nudie Grows, I Grease from Down in Kansas City, Nutrient Shootout, Snotty, Nicky, Zillion, Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Loop, Cold 420, I Spy, Aldrich 25, Miss Man, T. Stu Moo, Mo Grower, Canna Crate, Loki Grows, Sassy Sky Burton 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, Movie Walkers, Red Zone Nerds, Cali Connection, Wolverine Grows, Big Jar Grows, Jimmy One for Life, Laden Way Back Farmer D Block, MMP Nation, Name Alana, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist, Sales, 3050, Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Window, Big Ed 1961, Mattawati G3, The Green Clay, JK Triple G, this is Brinkley, Brittany and Tyler, Teasley, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John, BG Crazy 4U, BGW G420, Dr. Buzzwell, Krypton OG, Anthros and Amelia, Anthro, Jet Space 420, Beast Coast 420, Sir How, Trey Malone, Keep It Real, Haggerton 420, Seb Zeppelin, everywhere, BTW, Rose, Vegas, Green Puffin Man, Alex, Chef Life School, Crops, Cook, I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy Marion, Miranda Family Farms, Page Farms, MeAulFlower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, New Chevron Wins, Kingdom Agroponics, Indoor Michigan Native, Mary Jane Medgard, Dreamer 77 WD, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nodes from 619-684, Spanish Kruger Jones and Grow Pop G Rose, Raz, Drows, Raz Amy, there we go. Dro goes. Cast, the Grow From Your podcast, Lily Luna, Green Med Flock, Jordan Mike, Stony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus Old, Jason Eichel, Pete Wynn, Dave Cole, Mason 662, Scroggy, Mix Scroggy for the fourth, Goddess Groves, Kaylee Burrow, Chad Brad Family Farm, Polly P, B. Orr, Kevin Jodry, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UTA, Reach Me Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Season, Organic, Home Bugs, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Maine, Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sargent, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Groves, Evergreen Hayes, G Friend, She, MMJ, Man S, Save Ball, Dragonfly B, Justice Smith, Travis Walls, Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Siege, King County, Titan for Bless Gold, Seed, Chango, Gasmy, West, like John Smith, Tommy Dreckles, Boca King, Raz, Pop Little, Full Rolls, Spike Power, Alpha Green, Matt Steelbird, Into 11, Stephanie G, Sharp Pulley 989, Brown, Sovereign Garden, Solar Nation 420, Joe White Bugs 1, 313, Roar Painted Lady, Frank Boot, Jay Myers, Dominion, Chat, Mr. Manny, D, Bagseed, Mr. DGC, Jeff, Shredder 911, Dutch Gross 420, Scallywag 420, Skill Bull 1, Met Grower 1, Empire Breedco, Fragoli, Lost Leaf, Leah Mass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Looney Chester, Smoking with Small Town, Tim S., Mr. Lazy, Rafter Grows, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hayes, Door, Michigan Court, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Green Thumb 420, 808 Rooting Prospects, Cicada Bus Driver, Hayden Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grow, T Ben, TM 42696, Rude Nut 619, Dr. Scrambles, BB Muma, GH, FWJ, Bio Green, Still, Self Growth 56, Hanky Safety 420, OG, KP, Gotcha Nana, your mama, Georgia Joe, Roy Rodriguez, B. Growing, Nature Best Nugs, Killer Big Grows, Guns Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Deck, Soy 4 Life, Bully 4 Life, the Jeffro 420, Beaver 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, goddamn, my big test. Up a little bit here. Terrific Fat Boy, Jack Greenstock 420, Boom Farm, Charlie Farm 420, Aldridge 25, Mr. Smiley's Gardens, JT's Misty Snug, Smoking Grow Fraser, Grokowski, Faded Farmer 420, Twisted Roots, if I forgot him, Jeff Jarowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolve 420, Cameron, Mr. Backseat, Jill Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snap, CT, Gross A, Brick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pep 420, Canna Trooper was here, Blind Cat 420, light up against Tim, UKSIF 420, buddhaboy, Deb Shipwreck, Medical MJ, Budsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Dankman Dan, Dankman 420, Red Center Farms, Good Life, Joni Bell, Chichi, Most Hated Grower, the Ranger General 420, Army Apps, the American One, W Digger 714, Sarates, Kineos, and the X Mountain Skies ready to hit that hot fire, Chris Mertz, and Save Robbie Starship Live, Hip Bay, Cam Finger Lakes, Finest, Ridge Patch, Nose, Moon, Sutter BT, Roll, Truth Medical, Jared Bear, plus one Mark Group,
Secret City Pioneers. My little 2042 Spacewalker Christian 3-month T. Barrington Heart and Soul Homegrown Mike D. T. Delaney, Will, Heidi Day, Galactic Garden, John Smith, Lift This, My Natural Farms, Pacific Northwest Seas, Broad Sky Paul, Lemon Hoko, Trench, Reed it, Future Life, 420, Grant Manual, Mary Bonds, Semi Silver, 90s Cola, Chris Move, DK Trades, Mission Creator, Guru, Cannon Brew, Cannon Nation, JJ Wired. Get this out right. Dan the Indoor Man, Gromies, Homies, Hamilton, Grown, Clip Smoke, Stone Cannons, like BA, Big High, Sunset, Relay, H. Drew, Hustle, Red Dark Carlos, North Arizona, Big Grove 420. Red Dark Carlos, North Arizona, Beer Grove 420, nothing I think, no fella, Jesse White, Gas Thing, Yeti, Introvert Genetics, Vixen Robin, Mr. Killer, 8 Mo, James Buttercream, C-Dub from NorCal, the Pharmacy, Seed Bank, Deadhead, Smoky 616, Curtis Mayman, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dorian, Tennessee, Speb Cares Cave, Mike Rubel, so Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Moon, Popco 719, Bake Weird Shake, baby, Old Smoke, PWC, Bro Buds, Lord Washwitz, Weed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Honcho Grown, Floor Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Pugin Sound Seeds, Gladwell, Rich T. Crispy, Wannabe, Mr. Soul from Spectrum Gone God, Lori Hanson, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Connolly, Pimp Jam, McBody Face, Show Me Satisfied, Fuck Google and you, I'm going well, Canadian Resort, Polar Dirt Farm, Carl Rice, after Humble Farms, Tannery Farms, Seldom Seen, Oak Park Gardens, Hale 9782, Skunky Patch, Martial Artist 2012, Mike Slave, Happening, Daniel McDizzle, Medical Fit, AGB, Mercy Robin, Green Fingers, Motherfucking Tonto, Thomas, sorry, Robin, Frederick Coates, Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champion, Bobby Lynn, Means, Trench Digger, Mr. Mag, Tony Like, Balloon, Bill S, Weed Peace, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Roots, You're on Fire, Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny 101, Bumps and Ash, Mix Club 14, Beard to Be Man, Fire Size. 616, all up my Max Grumman, Ruby, Timothy McCammons, Neo, Justin Beans, Frank 88, Fat Belly, Real 2000, or Jennifer Steele, Cannabis 03, Turf Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latinos, Gator Country, Mr. Speed, Wolfseen, Firesaw, Wally Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Kirasta Bob, White Feather, Rose, Burners Rooms, Tone Grows, Day, K-Man Grows, BX Gun 81, Smith, New Grows, Sean McCann, J. Monk, Stank, Walla Walla, Canna Grow, Fall Dog, Huron, Canada's Council, Liz Paris, Rock Fam, Justice Make 420, Ben, Fresh Grow, or Fresh Herbs, Fresh Grow, Thriving Herbs. Hi, boy, you man grows. We be growing Australian, growing love for the plant. Argo American, Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest Surf Craft, Micro Goon, Jeff Lowenfels, Mobius Gross, Dane Brownie, Dan P. Elliott, Harkins, Mystic Flavor, the Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green, 514, Amelia Jensen, Oz Indica, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, D's Bag, Sean Star, Shotgun Willie, Dank Yoda, Jay Simmons, True Bro Gross, Collectibles, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, late 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, Michigan, Your Boy, Road Boy, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Collectimus 420, Sync Gold, Still This Time for PFC Farms, Husky Guards, Sun Grown 707, J.A. Dro, J420, Cascadian Grows, C-Toes McGee, Four Plains, A. Weed Works, Captain Scruggs, Silky Buns, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, McGasser, Tempe, Annie N.D., Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Spots, 11, Bindu Butts. Excuse you, Michael Ross, Plenty, Dan the Indoor Man's. Oh, I already got this side. Wobby, Sean Ben's, Rescue Ready, Roadside LLC, Notorious Snugs, Magma Seeds, Father and Son, Trimming, Tutorial, Sub T Tank, Jose Ramirez, Doggo the Huck, 420 Buck, Chiba Man, GR420 Community Videos. Yeah, shout out GMO, Detroit River at Louis Garcia, Michael P, AJ, Everyday Captain for Audio, Cheddar Bob 13, Bane 420 Mad Grove, Scoop J Kendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods, All Good, Sally Mansell, Adam Skink, and Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roads, Kazoo, shout out to you. Burning Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln, Sinking, Angel Studios, MG, 420 Goat 10, Paul DL, John Fleming, Dankovich, 5-Year-Old Flower, Paulie P, Seldom Seen, Lenny, Organic, Sunman, Sunny, or yeah, Sunman, period. Chiba Sunny, Jeff Paul, Roy Carlos, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Katie Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Be, The Misfit Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Girls, Gray Sun, Stoner Baker, MD, Stony Creek, West Sonic, Prince, Dweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man, Hermit Hash, Free Bird, Mo Grower, Manigar, Simple Man, Survivor One Time, Tim Blake, Golf Coast Chronic, Stink Fat, Caballero, Polera, Harley Grower, Jen God, Jason Line, 512, Steve Collins, Todd Kendrick's Property Main and Sharpie, The Island Hayes, Scoop Steve Speaks, J.R. Ream, Brandy Case, Steve Collins, TCDR, Claire Killian, Wardrobe Barming, there we go. Brandy Grande, Pip 1000, Ace Move 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom, B Puffer Smiles, 15 digits, Michigan Ganja Mooch, Fred's G, Super Bob, good tone, but we're gonna skip it. We're miscellaneous. Why not? Because these are the best years of our lives. Now, where the fuck did I leave off? There's just a side. Groski 808, Weekend at Bernie's, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Organic, Zippy, I Medic, Honestly, KHL, MeAulFlower, Brent Boog, Todd Kendricks, Newton, K&T, Chris T, Drew Two, Bo Natty Dread, Robert Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jujutsu, Canna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Lab, Low Cut, Average Trendy, Mo Manic Man, Braz, Benzie, Helen, Huge Genius, James T, Atomic Spoon, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Gardens, High Flyer, 420, Lobster Brush, Bro, Mother Tree, Maine, Red Pill, Your Boy, Roy Bay, Static Shannon, Gibbon, Throughon, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Lamb, Red Pill 710, Cannabis Pursuit, K. Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man 81, Oil Flower Podcast, Anthros Fact, Warren Dixon, Peak Lady Luck, El Mando 420, Surrounded by Keith Fire, Farm Sprints, Dweller, Single Fathers, Happiness Without Guilt. Richard Forbes, David Pimenta, B4 People, Nick T, John Reese, What About Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffin Man, B. Dunkley, James Chug, Sarge Gross, 818, John Wayne, Carolina Root, Sister Golden Hair, Dana L. Carino, KNF Gardens, Blank 1030, Choose One Only Feed, Farmer James, Crypto Dope, HIP Grow Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Maine, Chronic Wonder, Sunrise Grow, Top Lord, Genetics, Mold Vision 420, Can2 Cannabis, Jesse Fisher, Mind Dog Million, Brewster Farms, Alex Hardy Gear, Benny Cropper, Daniel Gross Photos, Mitten Grow Med, Sunrise Grows, Alexi, Brittany, Koo, and Chase. I love you guys now more than ever, and I truly mean that. God, you mean everything. No Limit 916, Grumpy Toad, Alchemist, Canna Make, Soulborn Addiction, Ronzo, Alex D, Dirty Aura, Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sard Grows 818, Blaze Illy, Fried Piper, Perpetual Eagle, Proud Warrior, Self Smiles for You, Frank Usada, Dank Duchess, Keno, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420, Frank Usada, Stink Fat, What About Bob, Ill Juster, Hop Shrooms, John Gorski, John Doe, Dungeon Gangster, THC4, PTSDT, Barrington, Hopsville, Rolling Swamp, Caballero, Cannabinka, Best of Because, Jen Doe, Mr. Manny D, Canna Ferrari, 428, B Normal, Franklin, Guerrero, Bayer, Feet, J Brent, 74, CK, Brown Guy, 420, Pachyderm, 420, Burning Tree, Maine, EA, Gray Sun, Grow, 207, Hydro, Daily Hempwood, Gigi, Jamie, Marine, Supreme Grade, Mr. Stoney Rockafeller was here tonight. Caveman Cannabis, there we go. Proof City Sin, Hawaii Sustainable, Midnight Roots, Dead Sonic Knuckles, Michael P. Paul B. Quick B. Nimble Buddy, Kilowatts, Michael T. 4889, Disbanded Brothers, Muslim Matt Joseph, Grace Medicine, RX, Keith Chief, Hydro Daily, Concerned American Cannabis 411, Freedom of Sweets, Dr. Joints, where Peace Crease, Just the Duke of 710 is a little upside down, Justin Chieftain, Victoria Badooch, Ken Weather Babe. Is who that is. What About Bob? Sacred Gardens, Gus Rose, Slick Rick, 8 Dog Pounds, David St. Louis, A Move Watch, Scott Sing, Getty, Ed Bryn, Emmon, Grown, Oklahoma, Off Grid Terps, Christopher, Big Force, 54, Matthew Sukas, Matthew SoCal, Sioux, Illinois, Man Beater, Sting Proof, Dark Roast, Genetics, Owner Dude, Joel and Jen from North Star Genetics, Caroline, Mr. Cry, PTA, B13, Leo. Brew Beyond Perfection, XX Elite GP, Uncle Stoner, Crispy Tree Kitchen, Growers Paradise, LAD Grown, I see you Friday, Decoy Bacon, Mrs. Scott for First Break, One, J. Allen, Big Bob Grows, Stally Canada, Australian Gold, Chuck 420 Gardens, Danny Fields, Mr. Nowhere Man, Selling Sally, Silly Seashells, Richard Forbes, David Pumet. I already got that. Lucky fucking side. Lucky Claudie Goslin, Multi World, Greenfield, CT Gardens, Benny Ben, Up Enable, Mr. Marder, Kushter, Prime, Sentimental, Green Goddess, Alberta Cannabis Growth, Earth Creeper, Don Hazel, Hurt, Matt Ness, John Gold, Cool Word, Robert Rittenhouse, Pedro and Dizzy, Joey Baker, Mrs. Bill, Mikey from Maui Gold Genetics, Missy Dasta, Dragonfly, Earth Medicine, Thunder Dan, San Luis, Sun Grown, Super Bob, Dutch Gross 420, Tough Impact, Mr. Tree, Green, Gypsy, 1, that's 24730, Rotten Imbecile, Steady Games, Ginger Bug, Sovereign A, Paco, Smart Grown, B, Ridley, Bell, F, Tough Impact, Crazy People Doing Stuff, Mike Pie, Multiple Division, Patty O, Bears Growing, and Home Invaders getting no motherfucking pity, Blue Kids Gardens, Crack Baby, CWC, Shorty for Life, Token Pirate, Supernatural, Brittany, Nicole, Sacred Gardens, Rock Super, Joy, One Life, Mr. No BS, Penny Pepper River, Sprank, Rowdy 420, Chef J, Reese, Dog Days Gardens, Corrine, Big Force 54, 420, Green Goddess, Luke Self, Pearly Baker, Christ, Trichome, Juggle, Diggity Dank, Al the Beasley, Laura Camp, Swimmer 22, The Grow Boss, Jim Clemmer, MB Closet, Grower, Blinded by the Light, Weed Fairy, Anna Grow Gnome, Miss Fishes, Doc Calix, Mr. Toad, and Uncle Rick. Mr. 12 and 12, Cassie Firefighter, Mr. Mark Leafly Hill, Pandicap UK, Urban Reno, Dread Dragon Brothers, Journey Overgrower, Dab Hunter, JT GML, Leafly Wiggly, Canna Man, High and Tight, 420 PG, The Humboldt Local, 2.0, Nicotine, K Good Farms, Zachary G. Sayer Wolf, PU, Eddie Alvarez, Turf Rizzer, Paisley, Fire Acres, S.103, Drewzilla, MK Altus, Chilbert UK, Brandon Harris, 10 County Sewer, Pheno Fisherman, Hemp Night, Cotton Mouth, Roll, Icy Cold, Sterling Moss, DK, Driving Miss Hazy, Herb Conscious, Woody J, Roy Dugan, Marijuana King, Ganja Ninja. Oh, what you got? Justin Houdini, Blazer 8, Big Blazer 88, Brian Kowalski, Marcus Green Thumb, 420 Ben A Nova, Weed Monster, Grow, The Quiet One, Who We Growing Doobies, Mike Steve, 562 Ganja, James Christer, Green Coast Genetics, Solo, Ben B. Benson, Astro Charlie, Satipa Smurf, 4GTC, A Bush Doctor, Dirty Hoe Garden, TK, James Weaver, Grow Ohms, Corey Gagdan, Green Hill Farms, Hillbilly Herb, Tasty Worm Turb, Skunky Brewster, YBF, Larry OG, Boss Farms, Spartan Groans, Johnny Green Thumb, 710, Michigan Wildflower, Seldom Seen, Gambler, Todd O'Connor, DP710, shout out to you, brother, Caribou TV, Virginia Herbs, Red Primo, Equilibrium, Genetics, Trophy Truck, Skyway, Kevin O'Donnell, School of Crops, Super Trucker, eBay, Bud Tender, The Glass Girl 420, Ted Nugs, Matt Javine, Greg 77, Ted Nugs, for Cupcake Glass Works, Beast Mode 347, Mike, Atomic Skier, JMA182, Justin Gucci, Webcam, Dan Sony, Baby Fat J, Cool Piff 1000, Dan Sony, Sunshine Farm, Daydream, Brad, Star Mountain, Louise, Scotty Nowhere, Just Make Not Sure, Red Bear Farms, Two Dogs, Seed, Butt Plug Bungalow, the Fire Department, 420 Colts Farm, Banana Farmer, Danny Spout, Bang from a Green Gauge Group. Cheers to you, brother. The Coffee Pouch, Seymour Cuts, Biosynthetic Cousin, Nikolai, Doc Vapor, Alex 622, Texas Weed Hopper, Hank Herbs, or Hank Derbs. There we go. Thank you, was kind. Joe Pet I can say it right in my head. Petri. Sorry, Joe. The Space Coyote 82, Pac-Man. Who is this? Biggie, long time. South Bay Genetics, we know who you are. Kush Master. Last but not least, Weed is 207. Cheers, guys. This is the end of your day, your journey. Please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, your journey, please take time for a little bit of self-love, a little bit of meditation along the lines of what I'm hoping is amazing Thursday for you. Please take time out to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. With that being said, I will see you tonight with Organically Blunt at 11:30. Love you guys. Love each other. Love yourself.